ìbà f'Olúọ̀run, ìbà f'Ẹlẹ́dùmarè. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Ìbà f'Olúọ̀run, ìbà f'Ẹlẹ́dùmarè. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Ìbà f'Olúọ̀run, ìbà f'Ẹlẹ́dùmarè. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́.
I can spot. Good morning, everybody. I can spot a lot of you guys out there. Samuel Koda, God bless you. Mary Daniel, God bless you. And Onade. Pastor Walistic, all the way from Nigeria. Oluseun, okay, God bless you. Peace. Yogun, God bless you. Naomi Israel. Isaac, sorry. David Omofewa. Linda Awoyemi, God bless you. Fola Omion. Fumi Falaye. How you doing, guys? Gift Akin, God bless you. Opola. Joy Izumbo, God bless you. Olaide Abiola, God bless you. Oluwatoyin Omolayo. You know what I'm saying? Princess Bola Olofin, God bless you. Thank you very much. Ikeon Ogbeofu, God bless you. Tokumbo Tuyo, God bless you. Gift Akin. Man, I can't pronounce all the names, man. Alright, you guys are just popping up from every angle, everywhere. Olayiga Sanusi, how you doing, my sister? You know, how you guys doing? As you're joining from Facebook, you're joining on on YouTube also. Yemi Opajijo, how you doing there? Abraham Uzoma, God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you. As you're coming in, I want you to go ahead and share the video. Share it on your page, and let's get more people connected. At this time, like I always say, I've been missing a whole lot of you guys sharing my videos. You know, do it today. Let's share the video. We have 126 people at the moment on both on YouTube and on Facebook. Don't allow coronavirus to stop you from sharing videos. You know what I'm saying?
Mo ṣe bàrẹ̀ ọba mímọ́, bá mi ṣe Elédùmarè o, alágbára nínú àwọn. Ní ara mi kúrò lọ́dọ̀ rẹ, kò sóhun mo lè dá ṣe, àmọ́ mo lè ṣohun gbogbo nínú Kristi, ẹni tí fún mi lágbára. Arúgbó ọjọ́ ẹni mímọ́. Ó tọ́jú mi láti inú ìyá mi wá. Mo ṣe bá lọ́dọ̀ Elédùmarè o. Ràn mí lọ́wọ́ alágbára jùlọ. Àwọn tó bá dúró de Olúwa, wọ́n tún agbára wọn ṣe. Wọ́n fìyẹ́ gòkè bí idì. Wọ́n sáré àárẹ̀ kò ní mú wọn. Ìbà.
All right, good morning, everybody. Thank you very much for connecting on the show with me this morning. My name is Shola Jordan Adeoye, as you all know. I really appreciate you guys as you're coming in, sharing the video right on your page, bringing more people to connect on this particular broadcast today. The topic we're about to talk about is very sensitive. It's something that everybody must listen to. And if it's possible, I'll be able to open my telephone line so that many people will be able to call in to be able to contribute to it. Oluwaseun, okay, the musician is supposed to be paying you. I love his song, for real. He celebrated his birthday recently. I love the song, and that's why I play it. You know what I'm saying? All right. Somebody's greeting everybody here. Phil Irobe. Good evening, Pastor Shola and all the Raw family. Good evening to you too. We thank you. We celebrate you. Okay? All right. Thank you very much for connecting. Thank you. And we have here Kemi Onoshoga. I'll be telling you guys, Kemi Onoshoga, beautiful sister, man. Beautiful sister. She's single. Very, very single. Not taken yet. All right. If you're looking for a pretty girl making money in America, all you gotta do is just go collect. Connect with this Kemi Onoshoga. Beautiful sister. You know what I'm saying? All right. And your boy is Ibulewa. Egburi Wole. All right. And I have another one there. Princess Bola Olofi. She's very single too. Very, very single. Babe, tell her what your man for gbagbe pa. Ilé yóò lè jẹ́ kí life rẹ wà lonely àtọ́. Kò lè jẹ́ kí láíláí o lè wà lonely ẹgbẹ́ yẹn o get yẹn. Alright, so we will get here. O yẹ kó lé Princess Bola Olofi. Anytime you say princess, wọn ti marry nìyẹn tó bá ti dolórí. O ti marry. When you see Olori is a married woman. When you see princess is very single. Wọ́n polówó ọjà ni they are doing advertisement. Oh my God. Èyí ẹ̀ pa mi. Tó bá ti rí princess kó sáré wọ bẹ̀ straight náà pé wọ́n ní sáré wọlé. Ó gbé iná wọlé. Ó yá gbé iná pamọ́. Ó yá sáré wọlé. You know, that's what they say. Whenever you see princess is a free person looking for husband. When you see Olori is married person, don't touch. Don't come around this place. You know what I'm saying? So when you see, is it Princess Bola Olofi? Ilé ayé ò lè wà boring like. Tó bá lọ marry sister yẹn, ilé ayé ò lè wà boring. Your life will be complete. There will be sugar coated life. You know, there will be honey coated life. Your life will be so sweet that you will go for a while. I'm up with no. Ìrẹ́ gbé sugar. Music. Ìrẹ́ máa gbé sugar. You will try Kemi Onoshoga. Go and try it. You will see what I'm saying. You come back and tell me that Pastor Jola, you're a prophet. I'm telling you, you say, Pastor Jola, you're a prophet. There is a prophetic anointing over your life. All right, let's get to business, man. Let's get to business. Let's get to business. All right. So, what's wrong with this thing? Why is this stopping? Is this network good or what is wrong with this network? Oh? Are you guys still able to hear me? I'm not hearing myself. Oh. Okay, it's back again. All right. Uriel was away. It's not a jadi. This is a beautiful life, a beautiful, fantastic life. You know, you have to connect with that's only coated, sugar coated, everything. Even Jesus coated life. Also, it's a Jesus coated life. Also, you can hear me. Thank you, Jerry. All right. So when you are looking for a husband or you're looking for a wife, just connect with me. Just connect with me. All right, that's the stuff. So today we are going to be looking at a topic. Somebody called me. She had a very terrible story with me. I mean, are you marketing princess? Our boy is my Yabu princess. Don't alert me. You will be the manager. Let them see you first. Let them see you first, and then you will be the one to connect them. You really inbox banks for kilo day? So our boy is busy attacking. All right. Now, so this morning we're going to be looking at something very, very, very terrible. Something you have to. Every one of us must be actually very careful of. Either you're married or you're not married. Like I said on one of my shows the other day, think well before you sign that divorce paper. Think very well before you sign that divorce paper. Many people just jump into action because they are not feeling good, because they are hot, because they believe the guy is not good or the woman is not good enough, and probably because somebody else is playing with their brain or fingering their head outside, and they believe that, okay, this is it, let me just knock this woman out of the way or knock this man out of the way, let me go and join the other man that is actually fingering my head right now. someone I'm dying for, someone I just feel like being with right now. So you jump out of that relationship to be with that person. At the end of the whole stuff, it's going to be a disaster. And then you start biting your fingers. And then you start looking for someone to actually come in, to step in, to see if the woman is still single or the man is still single. How can we come back together? All right. So many of us will do that just because we are so much in a hurry. So much in a hurry. Especially we men. We men, we are not that patient enough. We are not patient enough. Ambassador Nero, how you doing? We are not patient enough. We jump out and we, just jump off the bridge just anyhow, just because we feel like, okay, I have somebody else outside. And you always remember the grass is always greener on the other side. The grass is always greener on the other side. Every time you want to do something, either you want to buy a house, you want to move to a neighborhood, or you want to get a job, you want to marry a wife, you want to, whatever you want to do, always remember, don't copy another person, all right? Don't let another person be your standard. Don't let anybody be your standard, okay? Always make sure you look at yourself, your ability, your capacity, your income, what you're able to do at this point in time, your goals, your vision. Those are the things that are supposed to move you and motivate you, or make you to do stuff. All right, you don't just jump into things. Think very well. I always tell people, every time people come to me for counseling and they're actually talking, I always remind them. I say, listen, do you even know the reason why you're made today? Do you really do you know the mind of God for your life? Do you know the purpose of God for you? Okay, why are you still living today? All right, that's why you need to understand your purpose of existence. Understand your purpose of existence first, and when you're able to understand your purpose of existence, it will make you to take decisions or to make choices that will actually take you to your destination. Not any kind of choice that will just give you a kind of a butterfly feeling in your belly right now, and then tomorrow is going to feel like a poison to you. Many people don't take time to think like that. They don't take time to look at the purpose of their lives. They don't take time to look at their destiny on how, before they actually jump into stuff. You don't want to buy a Mercedes Benz because somebody's driving a Mercedes very close to your house. You don't want to buy a house in Long Island because everybody's buying a house in Long Island. Okay, you don't want to get married just because everybody's getting married. You want to first of all stop and think. Stop and think. Why am I getting into this relationship? What exactly is taking me into this relationship before you go there? And then when you enter into the relationship, you just don't jump out. You don't just jump out just because you just want to jump out. You're going to jump out if God is actually telling you, leading you to jump out. That's when you do so. I've seen people who have been in abusive relationship, and God took them through the abusive relationship just because they wanted to create a ministry for them. All right? It's weird. Nobody will like to understand that. Nobody will want to actually connect with it. Nobody will want to agree with me. Nobody will want to agree with me at all on that level of, okay, can God make somebody to pass through stress and pass through pain, all because they wanted to create a ministry for him? Of course. Okay, God can do that. Now, like yesterday when we were actually doing the show with Pastor Sam More, the man of God said, God is not the author of coronavirus, but God can use coronavirus to speak. And that's a fact. Anything, even inside negativity, there is positivity inside negativity. God can speak inside of your pain. God can speak in your downfall. God can speak when you are on the lowest point in your life. God can use any situation in your life to speak to you. All right? When you are laying your head upon the rock, when it's not really comfortable, when you are laying your head upon that stone, when it's not comfortable, that may be the time God is going to say something. Maybe you have not been able to hear God because you have too much money. Maybe you are not able to hear God because you are too comfortable. You see, many of us were too comfortable. God gave you that job as a medical doctor. He gave you that job as a nurse. He gave you that job as a business person. And you're making a whole lot of money. But at the end of the day, you are no longer listening to the instructions of God. Because now you're consumed by the celebrity status that you are able to acquire or assume, or probably because you are popular. Your popularity right now is actually rocking your head now that you've forgotten about where you're coming from, where you're from, and the person who opened the door of prosperity unto you. So you are so comfortable. You're so comfortable. So God may decide to take you all the way to the bottom just to get your attention. God can allow coronavirus to happen, not because it's the owner of it, it's not the author of coronavirus. He can allow coronavirus to happen just because he wanted to just talk to one person. One person may be the target of God, and he wants to talk to that person. God can use anything to talk with that person, to get your attention and stuff. So many people, they pass through abusive relationship, and all because God wanted to create a ministry for them. He wanted to create a ministry for them. And they were able to stay in the abusive relationship. They were able to go through it, and when they went through it, when they went through that stuff, they came out on the other side, and at the end of the whole stuff, it was a beautiful experience for them. That right this moment, people are looking at them like, whoa, this woman is a great woman of God, or this man is a great man of God. Now, what you have not been through, you cannot share anything with people. That's why they say, if you don't have it, you can't share it. What you don't have, you can give it. You must have gone through hell to share your experience about hell. When you talk about somebody who is a married counselor, it's not just about you going to school to study married counseling. Okay? It's not just that. It's not just you trying to, or probably you after reading a book. After reading a book, you just feel like, okay, I'm going to start teaching people this. All right? You don't just read that. You can't become a pastor by just reading books. The life of a pastor is deeper than being a book reader. All right? You don't just read books. And you see, I wonder sometimes I see people, they store books at the back inside of their shelves. And then when they are broadcasting, they're showing books and books and books. Books don't qualify you, don't make you a pastor. Books don't make you a child of God. We don't become a child of God based on books that you're reading. You don't become a child of God based on the book. You don't become a pastor based on books. All right, no, you don't. You become a pastor based on experience, encounter. You must have been dead and God brought you back to life. Once I was dead before, now I'm back to life. I was lost, now I'm being found. You must have a story. It's a story of your life that will qualify you to be a leader in the land. God will not just pick a man and use him. He picks men with stories. Men that have gone down all the way to zero. Then he picked them to come over and educate the ones that are coming. So if you are a pastor, you have not gone down to the bottom before. You are only teaching theology. You don't even understand what you're teaching. You are only reading books and books and books and cramming all this grammar, and big English, and then you're coming in to talk about it. You don't even have a story of your life. None in your life. You don't have anything to be able to explain things to people. Every scripture you see, there must be a story that will back it up. A story must back every scripture up. Every scripture must have a kind of a story, experience of life. What you've been through. Have you experienced this? Have you encountered Jesus? Somebody who have not been with Christ cannot explain Christ. Alright? If you have not been with Christ, you can't explain Christ. One thing that happened is this. Listen to me, guys. It took Jesus himself to appear to what's his name? To Saul. Jesus had to appear to Saul to have an encounter with him to be able to do the work of the ministry. He did not submit to Peter. Peter didn't train him. Peter didn't tell him about Christ. He encountered Christ himself. That was a personal encounter with God. That was a personal encounter with God. This is not a storybook encounter. This is not, I'm reading a book. It's not I have books that I'm reading. No, it's not. It's a personal encounter. All right? That's what it is. Peter didn't just know Jesus. He walked with him. Peter didn't just preach a message. He was there when Jesus Christ was killed. He was there when Christ was baptized. He was there when he was there all through the journey. He knew Jesus Christ. He sat with him. He listened to his teachings. All right? all the messages of Peter were based on the experience of him and Christ himself. Based on that. Thank you very much, Adeli L, for that 20-pound super blast. Thank you very much. God bless you. It was based on that. It wasn't based on a storybook he read. All right, it wasn't. No. It was based on encounter of Christ. Then when the man picked up the microphone, when the Holy Ghost came upon him, he began to speak with authority. He wasn't speaking something new. He was speaking exactly what he has known before. That was what he was preaching. Encounter with God. You know, so many people just believe that you're going to become something without encountering God. You can't become anything without that encounter. The encounter is needed. It's the most important part of any Christian journey. It's the most important part of a journey in relationship also. If you don't know it. When you begin to look for a wise person, when they say, oh, who is wise? Who is a wise man? Who is a wise man? A wise man is a man that has gone through problems and trials and tribulations of life, and he was able to come out on the other side with a big time story, a big time testimony. When that man will sit you down and talk to you, he will speak with authority. He will speak with authority. That's why you will see all these professors, when they have gone to school, they have acquired, they've got almost about 6, 7 different master's degrees, there are PhD degrees all over the world, and all kinds of stuff. And when they sit down, they are going to speak with authority based on whatever it is that they are knowing. So also you cannot become an authority in marriage if you have not gone through it. As a matter of fact, you cannot become a good counselor if all your life your marriage is fantastic. Oh, my marriage has been peaceful. Oh, I have a very peaceful marriage. No, you can't become a good counselor because you will not know exactly what to tell someone that is going through wave. The waves and the storms of life qualifies a man to be a leader and a teacher. Is it the storms that you've been through? It's not the storm you ran away from. It's not the storm you read in a book. It's not the storm you watched in a movie. I'm talking about you yourself. You are the actor in the movie. You acted in that movie. Because you are the actor in the movie, okay, you will know exactly what to tell people who are going through the same situation. I just want to just quickly put that one out there for you guys to see that, and as we go to the next level, so that we can break down the story of this woman real quick, so you will understand. Sometimes people don't hear God. People may not hear God. They are only walking based on what their mother has said to them, or based on the society. It might not be the assignment of God for you to remain in an abusive relationship. All right, it might be your choice, because the mother has told you when you were very young that in your mind that kind of is just kind of like ringing a bell in your head, like every moment, every time. For some people, it is because of the society, the church. Àti àgbọ̀ wípé mi ni mo divorce. Àti àgbọ̀ pé mi ni mo divorce. Àti àgbọ̀. So all of this stuff will not make anyone to be able to take steps. It's not God talking to that person. It's that person talking to himself. All right? So now in the church, we look at it that, okay, everybody wants you to be holy. Everybody wants you to be holy. Everybody wants you to be righteous and good and fantastic. You are a deacon, you are a deaconess, and all kinds of stuff. And your image must be clean. We must not hear anything about you called divorce. We must not hear you and your husband fighting. We must not know the secret of your husband and your relationship, what you are passing through. Even if you are dying, you have to keep on smiling. The same thing as the life of pastors' wives. You have to keep on smiling because of the church. Even if you are suffering in the man's house and you are getting lean, you are losing weight because of the emotional problem you have. Now you have to turn it into fasting and prayer and tell people, I've been fasting for 17 days. Mommy, you are losing weight. We are actually asking for power. You begin to lie upon lies and keep on camouflaging. You become an hypocrite in church because people believe, oh, you have to be good. You have to be this perfect person. Oh, your heavenly Father is perfect. So also you have to be perfect like your heavenly Father is perfect. So we start living a kind of a fake life because of that. And whereas you don't understand that you can never be perfect. None of us, including bishops, including the general overseers, can never be perfect. Any man in the flesh can be perfect. You need to understand that we are made perfect in the spirit. By the Spirit of God, we are made perfect. It is not our own righteousness. It is the righteousness of Christ that qualifies us to be righteous. All right? We become perfect in Christ. All right? It's not because we are individually perfect. We are not. But in Christ, we become perfect. All right? So when we begin to look at that stuff, so we start trying to please people. We try to please our pastors. We try to please the congregation. We try to please people that we don't even know. We try to please people that we don't even see at all. And then we continue in abusive relationship until one day you might not be able to come out of it. Then they now set up a day for the funeral, a day of burial. Then we bring your body to church and we sing song. We sing song. Well, you know, all kinds of stuff. You know, all those kind of funeral songs and stuff like that. We sing them. Leba ite Olúwa, ao padele ti odo, odo didan angeli ti te to sole ba ite no. We sing those songs. Beautiful song, emotional song that will make you to want to cry all the time. Whereas the one in the casket has never been happy. The one in the casket was on his way to hell. That one in the casket was not going, he's not going nowhere but hellfire. And you don't even know because you pushed him, you pushed her there. Because of the fakeness of the church, because of the fakeness of the society, what people will say has sent them to hell. They could not be themselves. They could not open up and say, I'm passing through a problem. They could not come to the pastor to report their husbands. They could not go to the pastor to report their wives. They could not go anywhere to do nothing. They had to bottle it in. And that stuff crushed them and killed them. They died because they were not living happy. They died because they were actually emotionally drained. They died because of the burden in their hearts. But they continue to come to church every Sunday. But they're always in church. They're always in choir practice. They smile when they see people. Because that's what the church is expecting them to do anyway. That's what the church is expecting them to do, to smile in all situations. They are not supposed to share their burdens. The reason we are in church is to share burdens. It's not for people to hide their burdens. They are not perfect. Life is not smooth for them. Life is crazy. They must talk about it. You must be able to you must be ready to listen. You must be ready to help them out in every situation. I went for the funeral of my brother, and we sang all these songs. And after we were done, we took him to the place of burial. We buried him, and we all returned back home. But something came on with me. I didn't just come home. I went home on that day with something on my mind. And what was on my mind? I was asking myself, was he happy? I'm not supposed to answer that. He is the one that should answer that. So I told myself, I said, if I am going to end up in a casket, I better be happy. I better be happy on my way to going to heaven. I better be. I will not live my life in a fake way. I will not fake myself. I will not trick myself. I will not cajole myself. I will not make myself a kind of a dog to doctrine. I will never in my life try to please a pastor. I will not please any congregation whatsoever it may be. I am not going to abide with any stupid law or doctrine that will send me to hell. I made up my mind on that day. And when I walked away from there, I walked away to the house, I became free. I became free on that day. All right? So many of us, we are actually living a fake life today. We are living a fake life today because of the society. You are not happy where you are, but I'm telling you, oh, that's the way it should be. It's very normal. It's normal for a woman to suffer. It's normal for a man to beat his wife. It's very, very normal for a woman to cheat. It's very, very normal for a woman to do this. It's normal for a husband to do that. Oh, men are polygamists by nature. It's normal for them to cheat. Men must cheat. When they cheat, you just forgive them. Men must have children outside. Men must do this. Men must do that. That is also very normal. That there is nothing you can do about it. That's just normal. That's the way God has created them. And that's the way it should be. And all kinds of stuff. And then in your heart, you begin to question yourself that why will it be like this? Or why should it be this way? Why can't we just be truthful? Why can't we just love somebody? Why can't we just be transparent? Why can't we just be loyal and be faithful to one person? Why can't we? You know? But it's difficult. How do we work this out? So this particular woman, they called me. She suffered with a man for 12 good years. Now, I'm going to tell you the story. And inside of the story, you begin to pick up the red flags as you go. Because sometimes people just don't look at red flags. They don't look at situations around the whole stuff. They only listen to the story, and then they judge based on what they are actually looking at, and they're going to make a big mistake. Now, before you start looking for, you start looking to get married and jump into a relationship, you must understand what marriage is like. Understand what marriage is like. Understand it. Get that understanding in your head. Marriage is not a freedom or the freedom to have sex. No, it's not. All right? Marriage is a union between a man and a woman to fulfill the destiny or the purpose God has written for them in the land of the living. That's it. So they must work together to achieve it. They must work together to fulfill that destiny or the purpose. So it becomes a covenant between the two of them. Now, this particular lady, she turned 27. In their family, they love their children to get married very early. So she was 20. She turned 27. On her birthday, she brought the love of her life home to meet with her parents. They looked at him. They said, "Oh, he's a very nice guy. He's very quiet. He's easygoing and all that." So they approved their friendship on that day. So the boy gained the freedom to come to the house, hang out with her, and all kinds of stuff. At that moment, they were still in Nigeria. The family of the wife of the woman, they are kind of like this, important family in Nigeria. They have a little money in the bank account, so they're doing well. They are well known because the father is actually into politics and stuff. So, in that kind of a situation, you will begin to suspect any man that wants to come and marry from that family. Every one of us will suspect the person that this person may be a gold digger. Maybe you are getting married to this girl because of the money of the parent. Maybe you want to get married to this girl because of the position the father is holding in the society. And that will be the very first thing that will pop up into our head. Every one of us will always want to think towards that way. But if you look at the life of the boy too and say, okay, his own father is good too. The father is a well-to-do person. The man is making money. The guy is making money. And then we believe that, okay, well, there is no problem about it. That's kind of like 50-50. The guy is good. The woman is good. So nobody's actually a gold digger. Nobody's looking for anything. Then it must be love. It must be love. All right. So along the line, they approved their relationship, and the guy won American lottery to go to America. Informed the wife. The wife said, "Well, the girlfriend at that time. I'm not going to let you go by yourself because you are still very young. You might go back there and then forget about me. Why don't we go together?" So they made up their mind. They said, "Okay, let's pack our bags and pack everything. Boom, jump on the plane, zoom, straight into America. They got here. The girl came on visiting visa. The boy came on green card. So they must be married. So he got married to the girl. They processed their wedding, whatever, and then the girl became a legal alien in America also. They got married. Everything was fantastic. They were all doing well. At the time, the woman got pregnant, and something happened. The pregnancy got terminated. Went to the hospital. They had to cut off one of the fallopian tubes because the fallopian tube got ruptured. Cool. Now the second fallopian tube is actually easy for her to still get pregnant because of the second fallopian tube. Right after that moment, the guy changed. He started beating up this woman, slapping her, and all kinds of stuff. You know, bringing women home, talking to women on the phone. Probably like about maybe 2-3 years into their wedding, maybe 2-3 years into the marriage. But the girl was calm. She was still quiet. She was trained well by a very fantastic mother. Because a lot of times we look at our parents, when they tell us, you have to endure, you must endure, you must endure. Sometimes we don't understand them. But because they've gone through relationship, they understand exactly what marriage is like. So when they tell you to be patient, they know very soon something good might come out from it. It's possible for something good to come out of it. So along the line, she got pregnant again. And during that pregnancy, she was beat up by this man. She got kicked in the belly, and the pregnancy came down. And that was the end of her being pregnant. She was with the same man for 12 years. And during the abuse, she was in and out of the hospital. Now, the hospital right now, they know her very well that she will always be there once in a month. Ambulance will come in to pick her up from the house once every month to take her to the hospital to see the doctor. Sometimes it will be swollen eyes. Sometimes it will be broken hand. Punching, you know, the guy was punching in the face, in the nose, punching her, every part of her body. And I asked the woman, I said, during these 12 years, were you working? She said, yes, I was the only one working. He was running a business. But the business wasn't bringing home any money. And I have to go to work, make money, pay the bills, come back home, and then the guy will beat her up again. Then I asked her, during these particular 12 years, were you guys sexually connected? They said, almost every day. The man will always want to have sex every day. Apart from going outside to have sex with his girlfriends and bringing girlfriends home to the house. I said, so all of this time, did you report the case to your parents? She said, no, she never did. Why? Because my mother told me, you have to suffer with a man. So I felt, it's my time to suffer. Probably down the road, I am going to enjoy along the line. But 12 years gone. All she got was a removed, uterus. They had to remove her uterus because she got kicked in the belly. They removed her uterus. There can never be anything like having children without. Stitches all over her face. Scars all over her body. And she must still go to work. She must come back home and have sex with the man. And they live here in America. Now I said, can you tell me why the divorce? She said, I asked him one day where he was coming from. He left the house for almost about 4 days and he came back home, and I asked him, Ibuletimbo. And he looked at my face and said, why will you ask me just a kind of a question? And that was it. And the beating galore started. Beat and beat and beat and beat and beat. The woman was beaten to the extent that she passed out. And she woke up at the hospital again. For the man to disappear until today, the only thing she saw was a divorce paper served to her by a lawyer. And she signed it, returned it back, and today she's all by herself. And during one of my broadcasts, she called on the show and she was talking and was crying. And that day I said to her, can you call me after and let's talk? She couldn't gain that strength enough to be able to talk with me for almost about 3-4 months. But for her to call me a few days ago to share this story with me. All right. Let's look at this one by one. Can you say the woman is dumb? Or can you say she is a very good lady? Following the footstep of the mother. Can we say she got married to the wrong person? That was the problem. That was the problem. Or can we say the teaching of the mother is a wrong one? She was trained wrongly. 12 years enduring abuse. She got no friends to share it with, no pastor to share it with. She couldn't even share it with her parents. A prophet said to her, this is the handwriting of powers and principality. Do you believe that? Can we say this is the handwriting of powers and principality? But recently, after the divorce, she saw that the man remarried. And the children inside of the picture, they are actually over 6-7 years of age. Which means that the man must have been seeing another woman long time ago. He only moved ahead to divorce his wife to marry the new one. My question is this. How long do you think a woman should endure? When we're talking about abuse in a relationship, how long should she endure? How long should a man endure abuse in a relationship? You found a woman that is working 24/7, paying the bills, and you're living in the house, eating in the house, having sex with this same woman, and you still have that gut to lay your hands upon her. I'm not talking about a lazy woman now. I'm talking about a woman who got money from the parent to buy a house here in America for the two of you to live in. I'm talking about a woman that got money from the parent from Nigeria to buy a Mercedes Benz for you guys to drive here in America. I'm talking about a woman who worked 24. She went back to school to study something about clinical therapy, working inside X-ray rooms and whatever. I don't know, I can't remember the name of that kind of job. They are technicians. They work inside X-ray room, they do X-rays and all kinds of stuff for people. She went back to school to study. She came out, got a job, and she would drive to work every day, come back from work every day. She'll pay the bills from her own salary and all kinds of stuff, and you are running business, sending cars to Nigeria without any income. No income, no profits. I'm talking about a woman who goes shopping on a Friday night to buy all kinds of stuff for the husband, even though she's been beat up. X-ray tech, thank you very much. I'm talking about a woman that will still submit herself, surrender herself to be make love to. Even inside of that pain, she will still submit. Okay? She is ready to perform her right as a wife inside of the same home. A woman who, even inside of that pain, is still ready to cook your food without thinking of putting poison inside. Okay? A woman who carried your pregnancy and there was a situation that a fallopian tube had to be cut off. A woman who carried your pregnancy the second time and you kicked her in the belly and the uterus had to be removed if she will survive. 12 good years of abuse. I'm talking about a woman for 12 good years had no friends. Could not go to church. Couldn't do anything outside. No social gathering. She was not allowed to go to any social gathering. She was not allowed to have friends. She was not allowed to bring people home. She'll go to work and come back. 12 good years. 12 good years. A woman who you now send a divorce paper to from outside. Now, where do you want her to start her life again? Where do you want her to start? Now, with the mind that, okay, I cannot have children anymore. I can't have children anymore. All right? Now, who's going to marry me? With all the scars in my face, on my face. With all the scars on my body. The woman took a picture right on her leg. A very big wound. A big wound. From you beating her up. Now, I looked at all of this stuff and I asked myself a question. How long or how long should a woman continue to endure? For how long should she continue to endure? For how long should she allow people to come over and preach a message? To preach a message to her. For how long should she continue to be a good Yoruba girl? Or a good Igbo girl? Or a good Nigerian girl? Or a good African girl? For how long should she continue? The woman said to me, he said, I knew exactly what to do at that point in time because I was talking to my Akata friends at work. I see what they were saying. I listened to them when they talk about how they were dealing with their husbands. But I didn't want to do that. My parents are well-to-do. I don't want to destroy their name. For how long should you endure abuse? Now, think about it. You are staying in that same home right now. You're married. You're where you are right now. How many times have you been slapped in that home? Or let me ask you as a man. How many times have you slapped your wife? How many times have you kicked her in the face? How many times have you punched her? Or how many times have you been punched or been slapped in the face? How many times have you been hospitalized because of a relationship? How many times? So, for how long should she continue to endure? I want you to remember one thing before I open my line. Now, remember one thing. This woman was trained by a very good woman that will suffer in her husband's house. When we get married, it's a moment of suffering. When we get married, it's a school. Marriage is a school. It's a university. We go there to learn. But how long are we going to continue to learn in pain? In hardship? Have we not seen men who are lovers of their wives? Have we not seen men who take care of their wife the way they take care of themselves? Have we not seen men who respect their wife the way they respect their family? Why is this one different? Why is this one different? Why do we have men that are so mean in the society? Why are we creating men? Why are we building men, making men that are very, very mean and wicked in the society? My own mindset is this. If I'm no longer connected with you, if you have offended me, you have sinned against me, and I feel like I cannot forgive you, or probably I don't just even want to be in this relationship anymore, I am not going to enter into a kind of a mode of beating you up and slapping you, kicking you. That's not human. How will you say you love somebody and you kick them, slap them, beat them up? It doesn't matter what. Is it? Women can talk. Women can insult you. Women can push you. Women can do whatever. Always look at them as a very delicate instrument of God. When they fly up like that, hold them down. Hold the two hands down and say, honey, can we stop? Can we stop? I've seen a man that was slapped several times by the wife and the man didn't do nothing. And he continued to try to hold the woman down. And he grabbed his car key and he drove out. Came back and the wife was the one ready to apologize unto him. There are people that need to go for anger management courses or trainings. There are people that need to go and see a counselor. I believe every marriage needs a counselor. Everybody needs to go for counseling. Let the counselor detect if your wife will need anger management training. Let the counselor detect if you need a therapist. Let them send you there to rectify whatever is going on in your marriage so that it will not end up in disaster. For how long should you continue to hide? That's my question today. Is it right for us to continue to hide? Is it the best for us to continue to hide? Is it good for us to continue to pray in silence and in the dark? Is it right for us to do so? Actually, the woman could have died. Kicking somebody in the belly for the uterus to be removed means that you place that person on danger list. She could have died. She could have died. What kind of training are you training your children? What kind of stuff are you feeding them with? I told my daughter the other day, I said, if any man should lay hands on you, I'm telling you, put my number on spirit dial. I'm telling you, this is the lion speaking here. I said, if anybody should lay hands on you, or I slap you, pinch you, or whatever, I don't care whatever he is doing, all right? Put my number on spirit dial and call your daddy. I'm telling you the truth. Call your daddy. I'm not going to open my eyes until somebody is going to kill my daughter for me. No. It's not compulsory she must be married. It's not compulsory she has to stay with the man. If the man is not ready to love her the way she want to love you, then go to hell. Then you go to hell. If you are not ready to reciprocate the love, then go to hell. If any man is actually abusive, lay hands upon your daughter, and you are teaching them to keep quiet, you are a killer of a soul. You are a wicked parent. Training your children to keep quiet. They cannot talk. That's the way it should be. That's not the way it should be. When you get married to a man, you say, I love you too. Maintain the love and the love, let the love keep going. If there is a situation in the marriage, go to a counselor. Go and settle it. Many of you guys say, I don't want pastor to know my business. Then hire somebody outside. It's important for people to talk about it. You can't just be keeping it. Look at that. She could have died. She won't be the one to tell story right now. She won't be the one to share any kind of story at this moment. She won't be. She still got a job. She have a job. Her house is still there intact because she bought it cash now on her name. The Mercedes Benz is still with her. Alright? And she's going to start her life all over. But think about it. Starting your life all over. Think about 12 good years you have wasted. Now you didn't just waste 12 years. You lost a lot of things too. The womb. The face. The self-esteem. The confidence. Everything gone. Everything gone. Now, I'm gonna create a link right now for people who would love to click it and be on my show. If you're interested, you want to say something. You're interested, you want to say something. I want to bring you here because sometimes you people believe that I'm not born again. You believe, oh, Pastor Sola is not born again. Why don't you engage in spiritual warfare? What spiritual warfare do you want to engage? This is not spiritual warfare. This is physical warfare. The man is just abusive. Maybe he grew up seeing his father like that. Maybe he turned around to be like that after being with the girl for so long and looking at the new girls is down and seeing that there are some other pretty girls all around and he feels like, yeah, I can do anything I like and disrespecting the wife at the house. Alright? So now you're telling me, oh, it's supposed to be spiritual warfare. No, it's not. It's a physical warfare that requires a physical attack. It requires a physical attack. You see, the reason why so many people died in Nigeria in abuse is because pastors are telling them lies. And the lies they're telling them is a power and principality that is behind it. Oh, one power and principality is the one, is one woman in the, there is no woman in the village that is attacking them. There is no power and principality attacking them anywhere whatsoever. Okay, I'm gonna create the link right now. I'm gonna create the link right this moment for people who would love to come on the show, you know, to discuss. Now, I'm gonna pin it to the wall for those ones that are on Facebook. For those ones that are not on Facebook, you see it there. I'm gonna continue to pin it constantly on that stuff so you can see. You see that link right there, all you gotta do is click that link. When you click it, it's going to bring you on the show with me here. And then we're going to be able to continue to discuss. I will continue to click it. I'll put it right there. I'm not seeing it here. What is wrong? What is wrong? I don't know, probably you guys can see it. I'm not sure if you guys can see it. The link is right there. I'm not sure. It's not showing here with me. I'm not sure what's going on. I don't know what's going on. Let me wait for it anyway. Let me wait for it. But the link is there. You'll see the link. I'm posting the link right now for those who would love to. If you're on YouTube, you can actually. Okay, I got it. All right, it's now pinned right now. You're going to see it. It's pinned at the bottom of the chat box for those who would love to. Okay, it's there on Facebook. All right, for those who would love to connect on Facebook, if you're on YouTube, you want to connect on YouTube, you're going to see it. I'm going to continue to post it so you guys can see it. This is not powers and principality. There is no mama in the village that is affecting nobody. There is no witch, no wizard somewhere affecting anybody. This is a physical thing that requires a physical attack. The boy needs to go to Arrow. They need to take him for a medical checkup. This person must go for medical check-up. All right, I have somebody here. Hello? Oh, the person is gone. I don't know. The person is gone. Now, if you're coming in, please make sure you are in a very quiet environment. All right, I have another person here. Hello?
Hello, sir.
Hello?
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir. This topic is just whenever
I want you to go straight to the point. A lot of people are calling already. Go straight to that point.
What I can say is this. If the woman is listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, God is the only one who can heal her. Because the damage is already done. However, she should just thank God that she's alive. Tell the story. And I have a message for that man.
Okay.
a disgrace to manhood. No man. I remember when I was growing up, my dad told me that on no occasion should you raise your hand on a woman. So if you are beating up your wife, it's as much as you're beating up yourself. I don't know. Maybe woman, God will heal you. Move on with your life.
Move on with your life.
The man looks for
Thank you very much, my brother. God bless you. All right, we have another person here. Another person is here. Hello.
Good evening, Pastor.
Good evening. You have something to say about this, right?
Yes. Pastor Sola, I've been counseling now for over 10 years. And based on my experience, I think the problem we have in Africa generally is that girls are prepared for marriage from an early age. They teach them how to cook, teach them how to clean, teach them how to submit to their husband, teach them how to be a mother, teach them how to talk to their in-laws, give them books to read, how to be a submissive wife.
Sister Falake, just hold on right there. We're watching you. We're looking at you sleeping on your bed. Don't worry.
The men are not prepared for marriage. The men are just trained to go and hustle.
Okay.
So they don't know how to talk to a woman. They don't know how to talk to their in-laws. They don't know how to take care of children. They don't know how to be a responsible husband or a responsible father. So that is the problem we're having in Africa. Men don't have mentors. They don't have people training them. It's like a lackadaisical attitude. People just accepting that is men, that is the way they are, which is wrong. Because they've not been trained from the beginning on how to treat women.
How to treat women. Wow. Eshegon, thank you very much, my sister. God bless you.
Okay, sir.
All right. Let me bring another person online. Another person is here. Hello. Taiwo Jima.
Hello, sir.
Can we see your face?
No. I'm not doing it. I didn't dress up properly, sir.
All right. So what do you want to say?
So I wanted to ask her, how come he was unable to be nice to her during the marriage, and how come he's able to retain other relationship with another woman? Or maybe something is not right.
No. You see, the issue is this: when men are still dating somebody outside, they treat those ones very good. They can maintain good relationship with them. It's going to be until they live with them for some time. He didn't start like that too when they were dating in Nigeria. He was a good guy. He was a nice guy.
Okay.
Men, they change. They change to become who they are. Their real color will show up when they start making little money. Sometimes when they start becoming important in the society, they start acting the way they're supposed to act. At that point in time, they hide their real nature. All right. That's why Yoruba say Okay. So when they now go to another woman, they start pretending too until that woman will become their wife. Then they will show that one pepper also, and then they move on to the third one. All right.
It's not as if maybe it was a deliberate act to treat her so bad because he never wanted her in the first place.
You see, I will tell you a story, but I don't want to keep other people waiting. When I moved from Nigeria to this place as a married man, when I entered America, I started blaming myself that why was I married?
Okay.
You know why? Because you see more better women than the one you got married to. And if you are not very careful, you can actually go away like that and never come back home. So it takes God to hold us down as men. All right. When you see a man going all around doing all manners of things, it's because the man doesn't have self-control. All right. Lack of self-control will make a man to start doing all this yama that they're doing. All right. So let's just continue to pray. God bless you.
Thank you, sir.
Bless you. All right. Let me bring my sister Toyin Fafiyebi. All right. Did I get it right?
Yeah.
All right. So what do you want to say?
I would like to say that I was in such an abusive relationship too. But I got out. Thank God for a wonderful pastor. He kept saying things in the church to women that you don't have to stay there. He kept telling us that God will hold you responsible for your life. You're responsible for your life. You will give account to God for whatever you did in your life. It is your mistake if you marry somebody and you keep staying there. You're not responsible for his actions, but you're responsible for staying there. And he kept saying that you need to, if you don't have anyone, he will always be there for you. You don't have money, he will take sex for you. I was there, and at the time, I kept thinking, I kept praying. He kept cheating and kept doing things to the extent that I was spiritually attacked, even by one of his girlfriends. I prayed, and I was spiritually attacked. I became a prayer warrior. And then at some point, the lady and her auntie were going somewhere to do whatever they wanted to do. They had an accident, the auntie died.
Wow.
And the lady broke her leg. That didn't deter him. There were other ladies that long. But I kept praying and I asked God, should I be? So now it was between me and God. And the thing is, what kept me, it was not out of respect for him, whatever action was not out of respect for him. Because eventually I told him my faith was not out of respect for you, it was out of respect for the institution of marriage, and out of respect for God. And I told him, I said, look, if it was respect for you, use all the respect I could ever give you in life and use it up.
It is well.
And then I walk out.
It's better. We have other callers. We have a lot of other callers hanging out, my sister. So thank you very much for sharing your story. I want to pray that the Lord will continue to be with you. The Lord will guide you the rest of the journey in the name of. You will never regret this in Jesus' name. All right.
Amen.
God bless you. All right. Let me bring my brother in. There is a brother Uriel Ogunlaja.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. How are you, sir?
We are hearing a kind of a feedback from you there. What's going on?
Okay. I'm in the basement. That's why.
Yeah, is there any other stuff sounding there? There's another device sounding.
My kids just on the computer.
Oh, okay. It's too much. All right, go ahead.
Okay. Pastor, thank you so much for.
We're losing you. We're losing you. It seems like you're walking away from the Wi-Fi. You're too far away from them. Okay.
Hello, can you hear me, Pastor?
I can hear you now.
Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Can't you hear me?
Hello?
Hello? We can hear you.
Okay, yeah, it's an unfortunate thing that the lady went through all what she went through. But let's be factual. You have just one side of the story.
Yes.
Somebody, he will have his own side of it.
Of course.
But nothing justifies the reason for a man to put a hand or his hand on a woman.
Of course.
We know women, especially especially Nigerian women, they turn to something else. You have the influences of the extended family. You have the influences of friends. You have the social influence. And you have other factors. I can count at the top of my fingers, of my hands, men that I know. Here I live in Atlanta, Georgia, that have died because of issues from the women. We bring up topics of physical abuse on women, but there are also some other abuses that come from women, which causes some men to react. Unfortunately, it is so sad that that woman went through all the things she went through and suffered all those physical abuse. And at the end of it, she still got divorced. But let's speak to our men and our women and have a balanced argument or point of view. Because we are all learning from here, from this topic and from this incident that happened to this woman. So,
let me stop you. Let me stop you right there for 1 minute.
Yes, sir.
People do argue with me on this, but I still want to maintain my point on this. I'll maintain on this stuff. I'm a man.
Yes, sir.
I'm not driven by ego. You see, the most important thing in life is if you want to really be successful in marriage, you have to knock ego out. You can go and use ego when you go to work. You can use ego when you're among your friends.
Correct.
You can use ego when you're among your own family members. But when it comes to you and your wife, there must be no ego. Now, I saw one poster. I don't know, probably you've seen that poster too. A man was lying down on the mountain, crushed by a big rock. And he was holding the hand of his wife. And the wife was complaining, there's a snake. Hurry up, hurry up. Do you know the guy didn't tell the wife that I've been crushed?
Correct.
All right. Now, Adin Bin, he was able to open his mouth and say, I've been crushed. The wife would have understood that, oh, automatically I have to put more effort now because he's trying to save me regardless of what's going on with him up there. I need to now struggle to climb regardless. Even if I'm being bitten by the snake, I will go and be treated. Let me put effort. But the guy didn't tell the wife I've been crushed by the rock. You see, many of our men, it's because of ego. Many of them don't tell their wife how much they're earning in salary. Their wife don't know how much they earn. So that's why the women are asking, demanding for stuff they couldn't offer. Now, personally, myself and my wife will keep a joint account. She knows how much is in the bank account. She cannot spend more than what is in the account because I'm so transparent. Okay, number two is I talk. You see, communication is actually the bedrock of marriage. Many of these men don't talk. They come home, they become a bully. They want to watch TV, they want to be the chairman, managing director of their homes. That stuff will kill them. It is not like we want them to be a slave of women. We want them to be partners. Any man who refuses to be a partner of the wife will end up dying. You know why they will die? Because a man, we are not built to actually accommodate a lot of stress. All right?
No, we're not.
When stress comes, we flip. Understand? And that's what will happen. And that's why we're carrying high blood pressure all around the place. The best thing for us to do is for us to come down to the level of the women, all right, or bring them up to our own side and be able to sit your wife down and say, honey, you know what happened to me at work today? Honey, you know how much I have right now? Honey, you know I've been fired from work? Honey, you know I've not been earning any salary? Honey, you know this is how much my salary is every month? You know I'm doing security, I'm doing taxi driving, you know this, you know that. Let your wife know what you pass through so that they can help you. If a man is actually doing crack, the woman will say, okay, maybe you can hold it. And then she'll just pull back. She's supposed to be a helpmate, my brother. But a lot of men, like you said. Now, second thing I want you to see is this, sir. You are a married man, sir.
Yes, sir.
Your wife saw you on the street and said, hey, bro, wow, I want to marry you. Is that the way it happened?
No, I lie.
Okay, now, you are the one that saw, thank God, you are the one that saw the woman and you married her. Am I wrong?
Yeah. Correct.
It took you like 3 or 4 years to study her.
No, we actually got married in a year, few months.
3 months. But within that 1 year and 3 months, you were able to do a little bit of underground investigation about her, right?
Correct.
When you found out that this woman is good, that was when you proposed and said, will you marry me? Am I right?
Like If
anything happened in that relationship, who do you think I should blame?
More.
Thank you. All right. See, that's what men don't want to agree. The woman didn't come and force herself on you. You are the one that married her. All right. Then, when you are marrying your wife, sir, do you know it's possible for your wife to change tomorrow?
Okay. Possible.
So she cannot change unless an external force happens. Something will happen to change somebody. That's what physics said. He said every object remains in a permanent state of rest unless an external force is applied. Yeah, same thing with men. Yeah. Same thing with human beings. Your wife cannot just wake up in the morning and say, I want to be a wicked woman. She cannot just wake up in the morning and say, I want to become abusive. Something has happened to it. Like you said, something must have happened to the man for the man to change, like the way he changed. But when you are changing, or as a man, maybe your wife is actually doing some stuff that is actually not right, and you're changing. It's not supposed to be good towards that extent of you kicking her in the belly when she's pregnant, or slapping her, punching her, and breaking her bones and breaking whatsoever. That was my point. You see, it's possible for us to have problems in marriage. Nobody's perfect. We are all human. We can actually misbehave anytime. But when it's not going towards to the extreme, that's when we're supposed to pull ourselves back and say, this is not right. A lot of men, they put fault on women, but whereas they're supposed to be the one to take the blame because they married those people. They're supposed to maintain law and order in their home, maintain love, maintain understanding, maintain communication. That's the responsibility of a man, sir. You are looking very handsome, peaceful. You walked around in a big house. Your kids are playing. You know why? Do you know why? You know why? That woman is giving you the peace. And you know why on the other side? Because you are a good man. If you are not a good man, ni bọ́sẹ̀ tilẹ̀ kò so mọ́zù. Ẹ̀rí ẹ̀ pa mí, oṣù mọ́zù lálẹ́ ibi tí ìyá ti ń jẹ́, oṣù mọ́zù, wọ́n ti tírín kù. Let us create time for another person, my brother. Thank you for coming. All right, let's come in with my brother Ola. How you doing, Ola? I still have Pastor. I still have Amy, Kola. I still have Olayinka on the line. I will be bringing them in. All right, Ola, go ahead, sir.
Very good. I wanted to drill in a little bit.
Yes, sir.
On the part where my brother that just left.
Yes.
He started to talk about. He started to talk about when women come to America.
Yeah.
They tend to change.
Yes.
And stuff like that. I just wanted to point out to the men that may be in the house.
Yeah.
That it's people cannot display ego more than their self-pride. So there's a certain level of self-pride that they have.
Yes.
And sometimes the ego can be unhealthy.
Yeah.
Maybe because they're in America for the first time, they're excited, and they're expressing ego.
Yeah.
At that point in time, you're supposed to show up as a leader.
Yeah.
Much patience is required.
Yeah.
Love is patient. And I think everyone should know by now that in marriage or relationships, you will be tested for patience. So it's not going to be simple or easy, and I get that. And I think that's where men are coming from most of the time.
Yeah.
Understand that it's going to benefit you in the long run. And then also I would argue that maybe women don't even necessarily want partners. They just want a leader and a man.
That's what they
want. A man who shows up as a leader.
Okay.
Of course, you want to make your woman your equal part, but if you act emotionally as equal as a woman, then you will start see women start calling you. He's acting like a bitch. He's acting like you hear things like that. They will tell you basically you're not man enough.
You know what? Where you're actually missing that point is that you can actually be a leader, and being a leader is a servant leader, not a boss. All right. Most of the time, men always believe that a woman is looking for a boss, somebody that will boss them around, somebody that says, "Sleep there, stand up, do this." They don't appreciate that. They need a servant leader, a person that will show them how to do it, a person that will do it with them, a person that will carry them along in doing the same thing that you're actually asking them to do. Now, what we're talking about is that you be a leader and love her the way you love yourself. So you lead with love. Lead with love. That's what they're looking for.
Yes. The fundamental difference there is what you just mentioned.
Yeah.
The difference between a leader and somebody who's just acting bossy. The leader does not mean you have to over, like you have to ragabo, right?
Yeah.
It means you're serving too.
Yeah.
You know, it means you're listening. You're probably listening more than her.
Oh, God.
And even when she's expressing all this ego, you're able to calm down and say, hey, she'll get tired of it too. Relax. Have some patience.
Thank you, Jerome. Thank you. You get brain for head, my brother. You're good. I love you, man. Thank you. Let's go to Sister Folake real quick. Sister Foliki. How you doing? Sister Folake, we are hearing feedback from you. How you doing? We are hearing feedback. You have to turn the computer off. You are hearing us do something. Turn it up. Okay, let me go to another person real quick. Sister Folake is not ready for me. Yes, Emi Kola. How you doing?
I'm good, brother.
All right. So, what do you want to say?
Well, we're just a Christian. The room is giving life.
There's a lot of echo in your voice, my brother.
I have it. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's a little better. Yeah.
Okay, I have to reduce my volume. I'm working. Sorry, I'm talking to you right away from my phone.
Okay, all right. So reduce the volume a little bit.
No. I have children. I have a female. I have girls.
Okay.
If the man is beating his wife, my advice is that let that girl stay away from that marriage.
Wow.
It can't last. It's very simple and straightforward. The moment a man raises up his hand to beat his wife, that man is an animal. No matter what, stay away from that wedding. Stay away from that marriage. You will be fine. You will be fine.
Wow.
Pastor, I want to be no Nigeria. No matter what in every relationship, men can only go out and find their way. You something like that.
Yeah.
So my own advice is that for anybody with this kind of relationship, pull out. Straightforward, pull out. Don't manage it. It's not manageable. Unfortunately, this particular person is not talking to her friends, is not talking to pastors, is not talking to people who have given her real life advice. But for people who are in the same shoe, they should pull out from it. I'm sorry. That's my home. Thank you.
All right. Thank you very much. Oh, God. All right. Thank you very much for that. Let me go straight to another person real quick. I have Sister Olayinka Sanusi. How are you doing today?
I'm fine. Thank you, Pastor.
That's beautiful. So what do you have to tell us?
Okay. I want to look at it from the aspect of when other women reach out to women like them regarding abuse and the kind of counsel that we give as woman to woman.
Okay.
So this lady in question stayed in this marriage for 12 years. I'm sure that she probably, in this case, she didn't reach out, but in most cases, women reach out to other women. We reach out to our sisters, to our mothers, to our friends.
Yeah.
Now, a woman remaining in an abusive marriage for long or abusive relationship, it depends on what advice and what people have been giving to her.
Yeah.
So when other women justified the abuse by asking some questions, and some questions are in the comment section. Questions like, didn't you see this before? What are you doing too? Probably it's the way you dress. It's the way you talk. It's the way you cook.
Yeah.
Men like respectful women, submissive women. When they hear such feedback from other women, it makes them feel like a failure.
Yeah.
When somebody comes to you with an issue of abuse, whether you have experience in it or not, you have to listen.
Yeah.
Listen to them. If you don't understand where they are coming from, there is something called empathy.
Yeah.
There is something called I believe in you, sister. And if you don't know what to do as a person, just giving them a shoulder to cry on and looking for help on their behalf helps.
Of course, that will help.
Giving all these silly comments or questions or judgmental attitude of other women make abusive women in abusive relationships to remain longer in such relationships.
I said something one time. I said, why is it that women are the ones that are the enemies of women?
Yes, you're right.
You see, when people are trying to make to protect women, they're trying to protect women, they're trying to encourage women and empower women, other women will be pulling them down.
Yes. This is what we see every time.
You will find out on the network anytime a man is talking. Anytime a man is talking, I say, oh, this, the other men will say, yes, you are correct. Yes, you are correct. We men will support ourselves, but women tear themselves down.
Yes, we do. This is what we've been trained to do. We see a failure in marriage as a failure of a woman.
Yeah.
It takes two for a relationship to work. And when a woman is reaching out to another woman, we need to give them a hug, listen to them, and show empathy. You might not be going through the same in your marriage. Good, praise God for that. But this person is going through this. And we owe it to them, as woman to woman, to give them the support that they need.
Wow. Thank you. That's beautiful. God bless you. Thank you very much. All right, let's go back to Sister Folake. You are still sleeping. Are you going to talk now?
Yes, I'm.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I moved to 28. If I have my I was in my 20 years. And I actually, because about what we think about my dad is a woman. I'm the only kind of family. I have 2 boys. People failure. So I was hearing for 20 good years. Until make up that. I don't even think them. Whatever anybody thinks on me, my life is disaster. And I have to think for years and talk to them because they were it's all what we think. When they will be the when they are immediately. So my son took me. I taught him how to be so you better life. You will understand going through. I said I want to focus on you because I don't want to be here. They said, Mom, we will take care of ourselves. You cannot kill us, but you will definitely kill you. And that was what I did.
Wow.
I left him to and I have this. My kids are very well.
Good.
Going back to my question how long should we know back in George and abusive relationship? You don't have to wait. You don't have to wait. Because my mom was here. Because my mom was the first one. I got married in 1999. And my mom noticed immediately and he told me, run for your life.
this man is not going to change. But I keep holding on and believing that things will work. 1 child, 2 kids, 3 kids, 5 years, 6 years, like that. And you know, just like you said, a lot of women will come and tell you have to endure. That's what the Bible says. Pray for him. And I keep praying. And I almost become a beast myself because just trying to kind of fight back. No, I can never win this battle. I think God doesn't just want this thing to me. There's a lot of it. And maybe one day I'm going to call you and share my story with you. But it's a long story. And I want other people to learn. Especially young ladies to learn from me. God bless you, sir.
Thank you.
Gone through a lot.
You can go back and sleep now. We can go back and sleep now and enjoy your sleep.
Thank you so much.
All right, God bless you. All right, guys, let's go straight to my sister here, Sister Oluwa Similore. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you, sir?
I'm fine too. So far.
Sir, first of all, any man that lay hands on any woman,
the
woman should run.
Okay.
Because the man is going to beat again and again and again and again and again. Most women, we said, because of Kinomaso, that is why some of them are staying in that relationship. I have a friend of mine that, what she went through, I feel like crying for her every day. I cannot endure it. I can't stand it. I might be older than her in age, but what she went through, I can't, Pastor, I fear for my life for her. Bimoshe, as I'm talking to you, this lady, despite she's living in America, she cannot walk. She has a green card. She's a citizen of America. If every woman goes through what she went through in her life, all in the name of marrying a man, no, sir. A lot of things is going on. But what my own takeaway from this is, if a man should lay hands on you first time, please go. Run for your dear life. If you don't have people that you can talk to, like, a lot of bad friends are outside, but if you don't have an elderly people that you can talk to, that you can rely on, please run for your dear life. Because even in America here, most especially, I'm a Yoruba, the elderly ones, they are causing the most of this problem.
Wow.
Farada, ọkùnrin lọ lórí ilé, ó máa ń jẹ́ kí ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ jẹ̀yà.
Ìyà gidi ni.
Ìyà tí ò yẹ kí wọ́n jẹ, ọmọ tó jẹ́ pé ó wá láti ilé ọba, ó dẹ̀ máa jẹ irú ìyà yẹn. Bí mo ṣe ń bá yín sọ̀rọ̀ yìí, ó sì wà nínú ìyà yẹn. Despite the fact mo ti kúrò nílé ọkọ. Máa yẹn ṣe débi pé bèbí yẹn ń jẹ ìyà yẹn lọ́wọ́. Ó ní ìwé ìgbélú. Kò lè ṣiṣẹ́ náà. Because of what happened. So any man that this man beat this girl to the extent that ó máa lè síta nínú smoke. Bèbí yìí máa pe ọlọ́pàá. The police 911 will come and say, what is this man? Oh, she said nothing again, nothing.
Let's cut it a little bit. We have a lot of people.
Let whoever involved should call 911 or leave the relationship. Thank
you, madam. All right. Now let me bring my brother Phil Ben. Brother Phil Ben, how are you doing today?
How are you doing, sir?
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, thank you for this topic.
Sure. We have Mr. Uriel Gulaja back and Ambassador Nero Oni back also. I'm going to keep you guys on the backstage, and when I'm done talking with Mr. Phil Ben, I'm going to bring you guys. Yes, go ahead.
I'm all right, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you for this topic. Number one, let me just go straight to the point. According to the story that you just told us now,
Yeah.
I will not blame the.
Go ahead. We're hearing you. Go ahead.
Okay, I will not blame the mother of the woman for the advice she gave to her daughter, because no mother wants her daughter to be divorced. No mother wants her daughter or her son to suffer. So I'm not going to say the mother did wrong on that aspect. But this is it. Yoruba says, there's a proverb in Yoruba that says, so when it was left for that woman to do the action to man all what she has to do is pack your stuff and move. I'm not in support of any divorce. I will never support divorce.
You will never support divorce.
I will never support divorce.
Are you a pastor?
I'm not a pastor.
Okay, now let me give you a scenario, and I want you to answer me wholeheartedly. And this is your daughter, your own daughter that you gave back to by yourself. All right, she's in her husband's house. She got married, and everybody we danced, we celebrated, and all kinds of stuff. And 3-4 years down the road, she came back home with a blind eye. One eye is blinded. The husband punched her in the face, and the eye is no more working. I said, Daddy, this one. You will say, okay, go back there. And she went back. She came back home with a broken hand. Then he said, go back there. She came back again with a broken hips and stuff. What will you say the third time when she'll come back?
Yeah, thank you for that story. Thank you for that. You did not let me land.
No. You said you can never. You said you can never. When we talk about never, it means under no circumstances.
Sir, you didn't let me land.
I can't let you land. I can't let you land because of your language. Your language means under any circumstances you will not agree to divorce.
Okay. The reason why I say that is because I don't support divorce. 1, 2. I can never support divorce. But when it gets to abuse. When it gets to abuse situation, it's different.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So that means you can support divorce. I want you to understand. You're supposed to say
I have a
don't do like Nigerians. Nigerians will be the one that will say Nigerians will be the one that will say I can never support divorce. You see, an international person will say I support divorce if. Okay, so that you won't mislead us. Yeah, you don't mislead us in the first statement. Don't mislead us in the first statement. Your first statement has misled us.
Okay. Maybe I put it wrong. I agree with you. Maybe I put it wrong. But the reason I have a condition for me to support it. The reason why I said I can never support it is I don't want to do it. What I don't want for myself, I will not support it for somebody else.
Yes, sir. You're right. You're right, sir. You're right. You can hear me?
Okay. So maybe I put it wrong. I agree with that one. Maybe I put it wrong in that aspect. So
you're correct.
The reason why I say that is because I don't want to do it. I don't want to go through it. So I will not support somebody else to do it. But when it comes to abuse of beating a woman, which I'm totally disagree with, I've never done it before, and I will never do it.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So in this aspect of this woman, you advise that the woman should move on in her life. She's been divorced already. But
okay. No. In this kind of situation, the woman is actually the woman found herself.
Yeah.
She has to move. She needs to move. Because that man is already behaving abnormal.
Okay.
The reason why I say I'm not going to support divorce is because I can't do it. I don't support what I can't do with anybody.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, my brother Phil Ben. God bless you, man. Thank you very much for coming on the show with me. All right, let me get Brother Nironi, Ambassador Nironi himself. Let me bring you in for just a few minutes. All right, go ahead. We're not hearing you. We are not hearing you at all. Oh, we're not hearing you. All right, try and do it again. Do it again. All right, let me bring Sister Anne Maria. How are you doing today?
Hey, I'm fine. Can you hear me?
I can hear you properly.
Yeah, I'm finding from the UK, and I've listened to everything that people said.
Okay.
I mean, personally, nobody wants to get divorced.
Okay.
But in a situation of what you just said, personally for me, the first slap, that is enough. Because personally, there's no point staying in a relationship where at the end of the day, this person will not change. I mean, luckily for me, I was born and brought up in the UK, so I never lived in Nigeria. So for me, being in the UK, I personally was married.
You have never lived in Nigeria before?
Nope. I've only visited. But
your British English is even very clear. There are some people when they talk for real. When some people talk British English, I don't even understand. I just be there like yeah. And then when they finish, I'll say, oh, thank you very much. They be expecting me to say something. I can't say nothing. But I can understand you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much, Pastor. I mean, personally for me, I was married before, and within 6 months, this guy was literally verbally abusive to me. Okay. Obviously, I was pregnant, and he actually hit me when I was pregnant.
Wow.
Within days, I told my mom, I am divorcing this guy.
Wow.
My mom was like, God forbid, God forbid. I said, Mommy, I am divorcing this guy. And I did. And I do not regret my decision because I wasn't ready to die in any relationship. Maybe because I didn't have that cultural pressure because I was brought up in the UK. And most of my friends are not actually Nigerian. Okay. They're white or Jamaican and other nationalities. So I never had that pressure. But personally for me, domestic violence is wrong. And all this Nigerian mentality that, you have to stay. I don't, like me, I'm a divorcee. Yes, I tell anybody. It doesn't affect me.
I love you, Joe. I love you. You're a correct woman, man. Come on.
Thank you.
Correct, man. Correct. You are the kind of person I love, man. You are my blood. You are my blood. You know what I'm saying? When I say somebody now my blood, you be my blood, man. You are a raw family. You know what I'm saying? You see, there are some people over here, they are divorced. When you ask them, what's your marital status? They will say, what's that all about? To be divorced is not a disease. It's not a sickness, man.
The funny thing, Pastor, it's not a disease.
No,
the thing is, I have been since I left him 5 years ago, I am the happiest I've ever been.
God bless you, my brother, my sister.
I have peace of mind. And at the end of the day, it's better to be alive than in marriage. And this Nigerian mentality of carrying marriage on our heads.
Yes.
It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Your life is more important than being missing something.
God go butter your bread. You see, God is looking for you to be alive. You know why? Because you know what he said? He said, let everything that has breath praise me. Nobody can praise God when they're in the grave.
Exactly, Pastor.
Okay, so is anybody trying to make you to go and die in marriage? The person don't love you.
It's not worth it. It's honestly not worth it. It ain't worth it at all. Thank you very much. That's all I wanted to say.
I love your British accent. You're supposed to be the one to teach me. You used to teach me British accent. All right, God bless you. God bless you. Bye-bye. Let's bring my brother Uriel back online. How you doing, man? I love this muscle. This muscle just they flex. You know what I'm saying? When flex muscle, I deal with everybody. You look like you're punchy.
It is food that my wife gives.
It's the apple and the fufu.
And the fufu, that's why.
You know what I'm saying?
So, Pastor, I came back online because of the comments that people were leaving in the chat room.
No, you don't have to say no. Don't worry about that.
I want to share something. Let me share something, Pastor.
Yeah.
Personally, I have a cousin, Kelua Kemi Azan. Everyone on this call can go on Facebook and look up our Facebook profile. Kemi died. We buried Kemi in 2015, February. Kemi died from an abusive marriage. The boyfriend came from the US, from Minnesota, to marry Kemi in Lagos. In less than 2 years, Kemi was laid down, put to rest in Minnesota graveyard. I traveled from here, from Atlanta, went to Minnesota for burial. She died 2 weeks after she came. For the first time, 2 years after Totiwasi US, she visited my family in January. By February, we were called to be told that she was in ICU, fighting for her life. 2 days later, she died. February 15th, a day after Valentine's, that was when we buried her, and I was there. These things happen. I've seen firsthand situations where a woman died in an abusive marriage. I said what I said. It was a balanced.
Yeah, well, that was a balanced message, man. That was a balanced message. Yeah, because you have to look on one side and the other side. Yeah.
There will be different opinions.
See, brother Ure,
people be very respectful
of
what people say.
You see, brother Ure, let me tell you something. A woman called me this morning, and he said to me, Pastor Jola, the same thing you say on your video is what I say on my video, and people will insult me and lambast me and do whatever. He said, how are you coping with all this criticism? I said, you know what funny thing? I use criticism as a fuel, as a gas.
Yeah.
You see, when somebody criticizes me, it gives me more energy. I've been able to tune myself off of the negativity. I see criticism as positive now for my life. Then it might be a kind of a wicked one, a bad one, but I will use it as a kind of a fuel to make me move. You know, right now I'm actually flying because of what people say about me. Many of my pastor friends do call me, they think I'm depressed. Some of them think I have mental issues. Some of them think I'm crazy. You see, every time they talk to me like that, I will come back online and do something crazy the more. All right? Yeah, for real. I do something crazy the more. All you got to do, I told the lady, I said, all you got to do is believe in your message. When you believe in what you're saying, no matter what people say about it, I don't care. All right? People that will connect to it will connect to it. People that will not connect to it will not. You see, when you're telling the truth like this, people that will still fight you on the truth will still be there. And when you tell the lie too, people that will still fight you with the lie will still be there. So always know that.
I just thought it got to share my experience and to also comment on.
Don't worry about it.
Saying things about.
Show that muscle, Joe. Flex the muscle. Let us see the muscle. That's his thing. I'm saying, go by, Daddy. God bless you. All right. Now the issue with this is that, listen, I'm still going to be expecting people who would love to. If you want to call, if you want to connect to the line, the link is right there for you to be able to connect to the line. If you want to connect to the line for us to be able to discuss more, you have something to say as per this. Now, see, I will never in my life encourage abuse. I won't let you stay in an abusive relationship. That's not the mind of God for you. Any pastor can be teaching you all manners of things and say, oh, your marriage can work, you can do this. I'm not saying your marriage cannot work. I'm not saying your marriage cannot work. Your marriage can work. It's the mind of God for your marriage to work. That's what God wants. But it's possible for you to be married to a crazy person. And when you're married to a crazy person, it's not powers and principality, it's the nature of that person. That person is not willing to go for counseling. That person is not willing to go for therapy. That person is not willing to go for education. Then you are not ready to be in that relationship. Let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You see, God, his intention is not for you to die in a relationship. Relationship or marriage is supposed to elongate your life. All right? That's what marriage is supposed to do, elongate your life. So if your life is not being elongated in marriage, then you quit and walk away from it. Let me bring Ambassador back on. I have Ebenezer still waiting. Ambassador is back. Yes, Ambassador, what's up?
Yes, how you doing? Can you hear me now?
I'm doing good. We can hear you now.
Okay, praise God for that. Let me also share my it's so late you push it.
But your audio is bad. Your audio is very bad.
Oh, audio is bad. Oh, blood of Jesus.
Your audio is very bad.
Huh? Give me 5 minutes. Let me park. Give me 5 minutes. Let me park. I'll call you back.
Okay, call me back. All right, let's go to Ebenezer. Let's go to Mr. Ebenezer Adewuyi. How you doing, sir?
Hello, Pastor.
Hello.
Good evening. I was the one that called them last week, Ebes. But
okay. Your voice too, your audio is bad too.
Okay. Let me see if I can use earpiece. Give me 1 second.
Yeah.
Okay. Is it any better now?
This one is better.
Well, the last man that spoke, Uriel Ogunlano,
yes.
To be honest, I sympathize with him. It's quite an unfortunate situation.
Yeah.
I have 4 sisters. One of my sisters here is with me in UK. We live together in the UK.
Yeah.
With our husband as well. So I've never. I do not support divorce, but I would not encourage a woman to stay in an abusive marriage.
What do you mean by what?
Pastor, let me laugh.
No. I don't want you to laugh. I want to change your presentation. You know why I want to change it? Don't be this person that is actually super righteous and at the same time wants to balance up. I want you to say. You know how I want you to say. I want you to say I support divorce if. You know, the moment you say I don't support the divorce, it means that in any situation, if they come to you in any situation, you will not support divorce. That's what it means.
No, Pastor, that's not what I said.
That's what it means. That's what your statement means.
No, what I said is a conditional statement.
No, don't do conditional statement like that. Say it like I support divorce. I am a supporter of divorce. We now ask you when. You now be able to explain to us how. Because if you say I don't support divorce, I'll walk away from you instantly. The moment you say I don't support divorce, I'm going to leave you and walk away from you.
Yeah, but Pastor, you need to realize that people have different views, and that doesn't mean that you don't have your own view. But what I'm saying is, like I said, I have 4 sisters as well. I wouldn't expect somebody to be beaten.
Look at people saying it here too. There are people saying it. People are hearing it the same way I'm hearing it. They say this is English language problem. It's a problem in English before you actually agree to divorce. Condition depends on condition. So that's what you should say. I agree to divorce if this one happens. So, but when you say you don't support divorce, it means on any ground. Unless you say I don't support divorce except, we get it. You understand me, sir?
Yeah.
Fire on with your point. Let's know.
Pastor, I was saying, even in the Bible itself, when they came to Jesus to ask about divorce, it gave them the condition to for divorce to happen. That means the Bible itself support divorce. So that's what I'm trying to
Sir, you know why I've been fighting? I wrote a book, I said divorce is biblical.
Yeah.
People say no, divorce is not biblical. You just made a point right now that even the Bible support divorce.
I told you I went to Bible school. I think we thought last week too.
Yes. You just mentioned something right now that actually made my heart to go down. My high blood pressure just went all the way down. That I'm not crazy. I'm not stupid.
Yeah, but you didn't allow me to finish my statement. That's what
I'm just trying. I'm trying to actually. Let the people that are listening to you right now, not misunderstand what you're saying.
Okay. That's fine. So
not to misunderstand.
Okay, as I was saying, I think there's a fundamental problem here where we need to address.
Okay.
A lot of our men. I'll be addressing Christian men now because you're a pastor. I'll be talking from Christian point of view.
No, talk with everybody. Let everybody enjoy you.
Okay, but I want to talk from God's perspective.
Go ahead.
But a lot of men do not actually understand the responsibility God has given to them. For example, I use Trinity for an example. Jesus Christ, the Father, the Spirit, and the Son.
Mm-hmm.
They are all the same thing.
Yes, sir.
But then when it comes to function,
they're different.
God, they perform different function.
Mm-hmm.
So when Christ was on earth, he submitted to his Father.
Mm-hmm.
But that doesn't mean they're not the same thing.
Of course.
But a lot of people don't understand that when God said a man should rule, it doesn't mean a man should act as an autocrat in the marriage.
No.
It is a responsibility. It is a functional word, rule.
Mm-hmm. Rule.
But a lot of people have misinterpreted that rule to mean dominate. You have to do what I said. Oh, my wife, okay, go and cook, mama. Go and cook eba. Go and take the children to school. No, that's not what God meant. That rule means that somebody's like within a team. When you're in a team at work, you have a team leader. You are just a team leader of that marriage. That man and that woman, they are on the same level. They are the same thing. And I think the fundamental problem there is a lot of African men, I'm not going to say all African men, some African men do not understand their role in the marriage. And that's why most marriages are leading to abuse. It's not only physical abuse that happens to women. A lot of women are emotionally abused, which is equally bad, which is the same thing as physical abuse. When somebody is attacking your mental state, you don't know what you're doing as a woman, you get to work, you get messed up. Mental abuse is the same thing as physical abuse. So a lot of men, even on this, don't let me conclude. A lot of men even listening now, they will think that, oh, but I'm not physically touching my wife. If you abuse your wife mentally, it's the same thing that you're doing. So a lot of men need to understand that, and I think some men have inferiority problem.
We have like almost about 10 people waiting on your side, 10 people waiting for you to conclude.
I will just round up, Pastor.
All right, go ahead.
Unfortunately, I wouldn't advise the woman to continue.
You know what I do? You know what I'm going to do with you?
Yes,
you know what I'm going to do with you? Yes. I want you to send me inbox message. Actually, I'm going to dedicate a show that I'm going to bring you, and you and I will actually have this discussion. Marriage generally, anyway. Anyway, because I can see that you have a lot in you that you can actually offer us.
I spoke to my pastor that I'm not called to be a pastor going to.
You said that. You said that.
I'm called to address. I think my ministry is to address men. A lot of men need to understand their responsibility in the marriage. You're not an autocratic leader. Rule means protect the woman, look after the woman. That's what rule means.
It means to die for the woman.
That's right. Sacrifice.
It means to die for the woman.
That's why the Bible likened it to as submit as Christ loved the church.
And he died for the church.
Submissive to you. Love your woman, buy Gucci for your woman, buy Prada for your woman. She will love you. Treat her right. She will love you. She will naturally submit. You don't have to force.
Thank you. If you don't want me to call you man of God, I'll still call you man of God. You're a man of God.
I'm not a man of God.
All right, thank you, my brother. God bless you. All right, let me go straight to Sister Olatundu. Abi Oyeladun Vivian Ketuyi. How you doing? We are not hearing your voice, so your voice is not coming out. Your voice is not coming out at all. At all. We are not hearing. Somebody, you mute your line. We are not hearing you at all. Try and do it again. We are not hearing you. Do it all over. All right, let me bring Sister Temi. Sister Temi in. Sister Temi, how are you doing?
I'm very well, Pastor Shola. How are you?
Good. How are you doing today?
I'm very well, thank you.
All right.
I just wanted to quickly contribute to the show.
Yeah.
And say that in as much as I believe that marriage is a beautiful thing.
Yes.
At the same time, marriage is to be enjoyed and not to be endured.
Yes.
And I am speaking from experience. I mean, I've been married before. Sadly, it didn't work, and I decided to run for my dear life. That was 10 years ago.
What?
And I moved with my kids.
10 days ago?
10 years ago, Pastor.
I thought you said 10 days ago.
Coronavirus, no.
Coronavirus is that. During coronavirus, you ran away from your house.
No.
10 years ago. You don't even look like a 10-year-old girl.
Pastor Shola, is to the glory of God. My first child is 14 years old.
My God.
I know.
All right.
Yeah, it didn't work. In as much as my parents, my grandmother, God rest her soul, tried as much as possible to make me stay, but I knew at that point it wasn't working. I had to run for my life.
Wow.
And at that point, I moved with 2 children under the age of 3 from England to Scotland. That's how far I ran for my life. Wow. And in as much as it weighed me down, I invested my time in improving myself. And I went back to uni to study computer science.
Wow.
So that kept me busy, and I had friends, wonderful friends, that stood by me, that rallied around me.
Okay.
And to the glory of God, I am married to another wonderful man. I mean, I'm married to the
right now.
Man in the whole wide world.
No wonder you look very fine. No wonder. There's another guy on the side. You know what I'm saying?
No. I've been married to him for 7 years now.
That's right. That's good. Tell that guy he's doing a good job. You know what I mean? He's doing a good job.
He's listening.
Now let me ask you this. Does that change your faith in God?
To be honest, Pastor Shola, when all this was happening, there was one thing that I held on to, and it was the fact that I knew and I trusted God that He was taking me through a journey. in as much as it felt very difficult at that point in time, I look back now and I thank him for everything that he made me go through, because it was more or less like molding me to the woman that I've become today, and it makes me appreciate things a lot more.
Do you still serve God now?
I do.
Okay, now a lot of people don't understand, because I'm trying to just let some people get it. Some people believe that the moment you divorce your husband and marry another person, then you are a sinner, then God is no longer interested in you, then your prayers are is abomination unto God. All right, and that's why they continue to endure abuse in relationship until they die inside of it. All right, so they don't understand one fact, that when you run away from your life and you get out of that abusive relationship, God is not interested in abuse. Right now, you are happy. Right now, you can worship God and praise God at any point in time in your life. Yeah.
Pastor Shola, I think it's also due to the fact that obviously a lot of African parents, it's the way they handle the situation. I mean, my grandfather, God rest his soul, was a catechist. And even as much as he was a well-known, a prominent person in the church, he was of the idea that, see, if this is not working, especially my daddy, come back home. You're not gonna
let me see the face of that man, the man that is making you happy. Let's see the face of the man. Look at the man. He's not sitting down there like, I don't care. Let me get my thing, John. Let me get my thing. I love you, man. God bless you. Thank you very much, Sister Timmy, for this.
Thank you so much, Pastor
God bless you. All right, man. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and just bring Brother Charles in. Brother Charles, how are you doing today?
I'm doing excellent, Pastor. How are you, sir?
I'm fine too. All right, go ahead with what you have to tell us.
Well, first, I want to thank you, Pastor Shola, for all these wonderful things that you're doing.
Yes.
The reason is not just customers just say thank you, but because you are actually saving lives, you are saving relationships, and you are making people to discover, you are connecting them back to God. I think that is very, very commendable. So you're not just telling them divorce is biblical, but just go and live your life anyhow, but I'm plugging you right back to God. So why is this essential is, when we...
What happened? Hello?
Sorry.
Okay.
Call just came in there.
So
when you see a woman that goes through abuse, in the sight of that man, you're already becoming a trash bag. So I want to first appeal to you, if you're in an abusive relationship, please and please, go and get your life back. One of the things which I make people to understand, when you look at the ministry of Jesus, speaking from the biblical point of view, he didn't come to get us married. Mary and Martha, they were closest to him. He has nothing. He didn't find husband for them. So his primary purpose is not to give us husband. His primary purpose is to give us eternal life. And he has come that we might have life and have it more abundantly. If marriage as an institution is going to take your life away, you don't need it. If giving birth is going to take your life away, you don't need that child. Because some people, doctors will tell them, you can't carry a pregnancy. You'll be saying, I must be fruitful, I must be fruitful. All we come to life for is not about what to eat, what to wear, where kids. There is no children in heaven. So when we have this eternal perspective, it shapes our world today. And we end up not putting ourselves in jeopardy. And you see, the biggest challenge comes from the messages from the pulpit. I've been attending a white church now for about 18 months. I have not had any message that has to do with you will marry, you will your husband. Even my wife, our pastor, hardly talks about his wife, because he understands there are single individuals in the relationship in the church. You understand there are divorced individuals in the church. You understand there are people that they are widowed in the church. So he doesn't put anyone down emotionally. He doesn't keep telling you all the time, oh, see my beautiful wife, she's bouncing. And so he's not putting pressure on people's lives.
It's very important.
But African churches, one of the products that they sell is marriage, good family, good children, You must be fruitful. But you see, all these things doesn't necessarily add life to us. So if we take the end goal and bring it back to us, our focus should always just be on the things that are eternal. No woman, no man or woman should ever be in an abusive relationship. I know people personally who were in it. In fact, I know of a woman, they used to live in her home. The man abused her, divorced her. After 12 years, they reconciled. The man still abused her after 6 months. And now the woman just said, I'm giving up. But that same woman could have moved on. Instead of hanging in there. And she didn't just hang there. She went back to university, retrained herself. But something was still locked in her mind. That she still went back to the same abusive man. But at the end, what happens? After 6 months of reconciliation of 12 years, the man still kicked her out.
That's it.
So, please, abuse should never be tolerated. Never. It's a no, no, no. And I saw somebody wrote in the comments that we parents, most especially the men, should try not to beat their daughters so they don't get used to this issue of beating.
Thank you.
I grew up in my family. They never said to me, so if someone says that to me, it's like a punch to me. If we raise our children not to be able to endure anything like abuse, when they see it first time from a man, they are going to take a flight. What is this? Where is this coming from? But from homes, we've conditioned them to beating. I have also repented. I don't beat my kids anymore. I talk to them. I talk them into repentance for them to see what they have actually done wrong and not just use the force of law on them.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, my brother. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we still have a lot of people online. Thank you very much for that. I really appreciate you, man. You're the best. You're the best, man. You're the best. Can you hear me? Oh, he's not hearing me. All right, let me quickly attend to one particular question out there. We're talking about divorce. We're talking about divorce right here. I'm going to bring Chinwe Obiora Oyeladun and Sister Shiun. I'm going to bring you guys in, but just give me just a minute. Just let me just break it down to this particular young man here. We're talking about divorce. It's talking about if you divorce somebody, can you remarry? Now, most of the time in Nigeria, people do preach. I grew up hearing that preaching too. I grew up hearing that preaching like when you divorce, you can't remarry. When you divorce, you can't remarry. It depends on the divorce. It depends on the condition behind the divorce, the reason why the divorce took place in the first place. I don't know, probably that brother is actually listening right now. If you're listening, I want you to just be very attentive so you will understand. It depends on it. The moment that divorce comply with the reason, those reasons that creates the ground for divorce, you can go ahead and remarry. Now let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 19 verse 9. If you're there, open with me to Matthew chapter 19 verse 9. I don't want you to read King James version. I want you to read the New Living Translation version. The New Living Translation version. Mr. Phil Ben. Please open that scripture with me so that you will see it. That is biblical. That is biblical. I want to just point it out to you quickly so that you can see it. And you will not actually have any kind of misunderstanding whatsoever at this time. Quickly, Matthew chapter 19 verse 9, NLT version. The Bible says that, and I tell you this, whoever divorces his wife and marries someone else commit adultery, unless his wife has been unfaithful. It means that if you divorce your wife and marry another one, if your wife commits adultery, you are fine. If you divorce your wife and marry another one on the level, on the basis of the wife committing adultery, you are fine. You have not committed adultery, you have not sinned, unless the wife didn't commit adultery. If your wife didn't commit adultery, she's not found in adultery, and you marry another one, you divorce the woman, marry another one, then you have committed a sin. All right? That's why when Jesus Christ was telling them, he said, unless that particular person have committed adultery, adultery is one of the reasons, the ground for divorce. So when you being found in adultery, either you're a man or you're a woman, and the other person now decide to divorce you, the person can remarry. That's what the Bible is saying. I tell you this, whoever divorces his wife and remarries someone else commit adultery, unless the wife has been unfaithful. If the wife has been unfaithful, you have the right to divorce her and marry another one. All right, that's one of the grants. That's one of the grants for divorce. There are several ones that I can touch. If you want me to touch on those ones, I can touch on other grants for divorce. And you can actually go ahead and remarry if you want. All right. So go and check it out. Matthew chapter 19 verse 9. Read the NLT version and you'll be fine. Let's go with Sister Chinwe Obiora. How are you doing today?
Good evening, Pastor Shola.
Good evening.
Yeah. I'll start with, I'm not going to pretend. Yeah. I'm an advocate of divorce.
Okay.
I'm a divorcee.
Okay.
And I'll tell you, it wasn't easy. Okay. I had lots of challenges. People talk, but it was my life I was concerned about. It wasn't physical, but mentally and emotionally. Mm-hmm. And I also lost a cousin last time. But she was in an abusive marriage for a very long time. And at the end, when she left, due to the fact of built up of press and all that, she fell. I mean, one day she got up.
Your audio is not sounding well, ma.
Okay.
Okay, it's better like that. Can you stay like that? Can you stay just like that?
Yes, I can.
All right, go ahead.
And she got up one day having chest pain. By the time they took her to the hospital, she was dead. But as if she knew she was going to die, she had told her kids that if anything happens to her, she should be taken back to her father's place.
Okay.
So for me, when it comes to divorce, I'm an advocate of it because life is too short and precious. And as far as I'm concerned, it's between you and God to decide where you go to. If you have a personal relationship with God, all well and good. I couldn't be bothered what anybody says. Because a lot of us are so concerned what people, especially with Nigerians, especially where I come from. But when you think of your life and you think of your children and your loved ones, then you have to have that courage. You know, I've been in a church where there was out discrimination, not being married. You know, and I confronted them. I said, what happened to being called Easter? And they felt there was nothing wrong. And I left. You know, say people are so concerned with what society is saying. But the thing is that it's the society at the end that will kill you if you're concerned about them. So for me, it's between you and God. That's all I have to say.
Thank you. Thank you, my sister. God bless you. All right. Let's go straight to Sister Oyeladun quickly. I have Sister Sheung, I have Sister Peace, and I have Ambassador on the line. Just give me some few minutes and I'm going to be done with Sister Oyeladun, then we come to you. Hello, my sister. We can't hear you, my sister. Your voice is not coming out. We are not hearing you. What happened? Is it possible for you to turn your phone off and then turn it back on, go back on the stuff, and then it will activate? Try that. Okay. All right, let's go to Sister Sheung Dikpeolu. How you doing, Mama?
Good evening, Pastor Shola.
How are you doing?
I'm fine.
All right. Don't sing for us today. Oh yeah.
Yeah. The point, Pastor Shola, thank you for this forum. And thank you for the work you're doing. And I pray that the anointing upon you shall continue to increase every day.
Okay.
Actually, many people have spoken regarding divorce, regarding the man and that they try to criticize and say their mind. But I really want to talk to the lady in question. The first thing I want to say is I want to congratulate her that she's so fortunate that the man gave her the divorce. The reason why I said this is this. Many women, they find themselves in this narcissistic relationship, abusive relationship, but they want to get out. They don't have that confidence to
get out. They couldn't just do it. They know that they are suffering, but they cannot take that decision of that divorce, something like that. So for the man to give her the divorce, I think I should congratulate her for that, because she has gained her freedom. Now, the next thing is I want to encourage her that 12 years, she shouldn't say that she cannot start all over again, because she's still alive. And because of that, she should look into the future. She should just take some lessons from those 12 years she spent with the man. Take lessons from it. She should not allow the bitter experience to stop her from moving forward. All our advice now is that she should try to make sure that she heals completely, emotionally and in every area. Thankfully, she's got a job, which is okay. Then we should just look for the bright future in her. God has released her from the bondage of slavery from a fellow human being. That's the way I see it. 12 years is not too much. We've got so many women that are in relationships, a bad abusive relationship for 20 years, 30 years, but they could not take that decision. Given so many reasons. Maybe they are bringing, maybe the environment they find themselves, maybe low self-esteem, maybe lack of confidence. Some women believe that without a man, they cannot survive.
Yeah.
It's a very good step. Maybe, probably she spent her 12 years in that relationship, as we describe it. I cannot spend 1 year. But for her to have spent 12 years, something is wrong somewhere. But for 12 years, but having said that, she should just look forward. God will compensate her for those 12 years. I can assure her of that. She should just try to take lessons from it and prevent reoccurrence with prayer. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much. God bless you, my sister. God bless you. All right, we have Sister Peace. How are you doing, Sister Peace? How are you?
I'm fine, Pastor Shola.
All right, Sister Ola. Is it Ola there? Is it Ola a man or a woman? We can't see your face. So Ola is a man. Okay, just hold on there. We'll be back with you.
Can you hear me, Pastor Shola?
I can hear you properly.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much for all you do.
Okay.
Thank you for the good work. I've been listening to, in fact, I was listening to your program with my husband.
Okay.
And I wanted to, contribute so bad.
What is the name of this your hairstyle?
Egungun, be careful.
This is Egungun. Are you sending signal to all the side chicks all around? Say, hey, side chick, be careful. I get horns for you.
So, coming back to the topic, I'm really sorry, about, what the lady went through. I'm very sorry to hear that. But, some question actually popped in my head that I was going to ask you, because you had a one-on-one conversation with her. So does it mean the whole 12 years when all this was actually happening, she never sought community help?
No, never said it to one person, no pastor, no parent, no friend, nobody. She suffered alone by herself.
For 12 years.
And she was even willing to go more years. The man was the one that moved out.
Oh, okay. Then I think I heard you talk about that her uterus was taken out. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. So I was going to say this, and you also mentioned that she was in and out of the hospital several times.
Yeah.
For abuse, for assault, right?
But she didn't tell them in the hospital that was what was going on. Okay.
So I'm sure there are some, folks in the medical field that are also listening, right?
Yeah.
The truth is, there are still some information that we do not have. The reason why I said this is that when the uterus is traumatized, right, for whatever reason, these folks know, and they will want to dig more. Because if the uterus is traumatized to the extent that it was removed, they would ask questions. What happened? You get what I'm saying? There will be marks. Did you mention that she sent you pictures, right? Of scars on her body, right?
Yeah.
So somehow they would know. This is America. You get what I mean? So what I just see in this issue, we're going to leave that on the side.
See, most of the time they ask you, do you want to press charge on something? And the moment you say no, they leave you alone. They're going to be watching you. They can't do anything contrary to what you want. You know?
True.
So and that's the mistake of us, of we Africans. We don't like, oh, I don't want to call police on my husband. Call police on your husband so you can be alive.
I'm somewhat still in doubt, Pastor Shola. The reason why I'm saying this is that I know I've had one-on-one experience with, women who have been through abuse, who are in the shelter, right? Yeah. In most cases, they do not speak out, until when, community send help forcefully, whether they like it or not. You understand what I'm saying? Community steps in and override whatever. You understand? But in this particular case, I don't want to push forward because we're not speaking to the woman here, in question. But I have seen, based on what you reported, what I can say here is I'm seeing someone who is dealing with low self-esteem. What people will say. You understand? How will the community, maybe the church, a local church?
She's not even a member of a church. She's not even a member of a church. She doesn't even have friends. The man didn't allow her to have friends. She just live her life all by herself. No children, no nothing. She live in pain. She couldn't even, she's not able to talk to her parents. She called them. She said, oh, I called my dad and my mom, but I refuse to tell them what's going on because my mother already told me when I was actually coming that when you get married, it's a place of training. You're going to go through stress and problems. So you have to continue to bear it. The mother didn't say when you are passing through stress, call your mentor. The mother didn't say when you are passing through stress, call me, report to me, let's think about it together and look at it together. All right, nothing like that. So she was just in the pain and she was living in fear that if I should tell somebody else, this man will go crazy on me. And do you know there are so many people even listening to me right now? When they call me, they say, oh, I need counseling. And then I'll say, can I talk to your husband? They say, oh, Pastor, please, don't talk to him. Oh, don't let him hear. Oh, don't let him hear. Oh. You see that kind of stuff. How can I counsel you alone? There's no way I can counsel you alone.
It's like treating a woman with infection, sexually transmitted disease on her own without her husband.
Without the husband. So it's never going to work. And that's the problem that you women are having. You women believe that you cannot live your life without a man. So you become the slave of a man. So you walk on eggshells in your home, you hide, you dodge. Oh, Pastor, please don't let them know. Just pray, sir. Prayer alone cannot work. I have to pray and confront the guy. But you are not allowing me to confront the guy because you don't see yourself as a person. You see yourself less than a person that you need the approval of the man to survive on earth. So the moment you're like that, you continue to live in bondage until you tell the guy to go kiss transformer. You say, Pastor, call Dimeji, talk to him right now. Then I call him and say, Dimeji, I won't hear him. And at the end of the day, Dimeji is not going nowhere. But the fear that they are put into them, because they have actually reduced the women to nothing. And even the society has done that if you should divorce this guy, you can't marry nobody else. Or if you divorce, you have to remain single. A man that has been caught in adultery many times, that have cheated on you. A man that have given you STDs many times. A man that is abusive, that has slapped you, beat you many times. But the society is still saying there is nothing you can do about it. You just have to continue to hide. The only time you hear women talk is when the man already came and said, I'm no longer interested in you again. Then women will start talking. That's when they now talk and say, I say, it has been 15 years. 15 years you didn't tell anybody. You didn't tell nobody for 15 years. Let me not lie to you, my sister. You're asking the right question, but women can't answer you. They can't give you answers for that. Even American women can't answer you because a lot of black Americans that I talk to, they keep quiet. They keep quiet.
Because the truth is, after the divorce, trust me, if she's right now, I heard where you talked about that she's working, which is fine.
Oh, she's fine?
But the truth is that she can get a whole lot of help.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that. she can get a whole lot of. I'm not saying that, you know, people should hide under the fact that they've been through, you know, a domestic violence, but as a domestic violence victim in the US, she can, you understand, she can get a whole lot of help. If she needs information, I can provide.
Yeah, I would love to connect with you on that, because I have a lot of clients that will need that. Now, you see, the issue I want you to see right now is this. See, the society is killing women. Family, mommy and daddy, killing women. The church, killing women. And then women themselves, they're killing themselves.
Wow.
Are you getting my point right now? Now, it's like they can't survive. They have put it in women's head that you are actually a second-class citizen.
No.
That no matter your education, no matter the kind of education you have, you can't survive without a man. When they go to church and they say, oh, I'm a divorcee, they push them aside. When they go to church and say, I'm a single mother, they push them aside. When they go to the society will look at them as, oh, you are a single person, don't come and take our husband here. They push them aside. When they go to the family house and then they say, hey, mommy, and lock up, it's a disgrace to the family. So the family will say, well, I'm a oh, my orina ni gufiti to fi pa lori. Onile ori lakala fun gufiti. Ori loro gunle agaviti. Iwo na mo fori ti ni. Oyo ja so pe lojo kan. O mo gbadura ni o lo sori oke. And then they keep on going like that until the day of their funeral, that we go there to sing and eat cookies. Understand? And then they die. So the problem I have with women is that women are the enemy of themselves. All right? If you can stand up on your feet and become educated just like you are, you see, a man will not mess with you when you are educated. A man will not mess with you when you have a profession, you have a career. A man will not mess with you when you can stand on yourself. They mess with you when you stand and you depend on them.
Pastor Shola, do you know that? Let me tell you, the 90 days that I had then with these women, majority of them, they depended on their husband, 100%. They didn't have a say in the home. Some of them were battered. And we were asking questions. Does it mean that this whole time you couldn't tell anyone? They were like, even if they could, how, you know, they depended so much on these men. For financial support, for emotional support, and otherwise. You get it. And we keep saying that your community can help you. You don't even, trust me. Do you know that, Pastor Shola, there are scholarship for victims of domestic violence?
That they will go back to school.
And you will go back to school and be a better person. You don't even need, you understand, the abuser. You don't need their help. There are various help you could get. You can reach any height.
You know how Nigerian women see themselves? They see themselves to be just ordinary vagina. That's what they see. They see themselves to be a vagina, a baby making machine, a cook in the kitchen. Like I said to say, you don't have like my wife stayed 15 years, no sex, 15 years in Nigeria. She didn't die. She did not die.
Imagine.
All right, is this sex that's going to kill you? What exactly do you need? She lived her life by herself, virtually by herself. Nobody to help her. She will put the generator by herself. She cook by herself. She eat herself. She go to sleep. Armed robbers came to the house by herself. She was there. Nothing happened to her. Understand? So what exactly are you afraid of? I know a lot of single mothers that train their children in school, and the children are doctors and medical whatever today. And then you.
And Pastor Shola, do you know that, like you said, right? When a man, I'm not saying that there aren't women who are independent that go through, you know, this abusive relationship. But the truth is, when a man understands that you're a valuable resources to him, and that was why I was like, this story, there is more to it, you know, than we have heard. But we're just going to deal with what we have right now. For someone who is paying the bills in the house, like you said, and a man will hit you, a man will cause you to lose one of your fallopian tubes, and you're not seeking help, I'm saddened by that story.
It's terrible, my sister.
So we need to get information.
I will connect with you by the grace of God, I'm going to write your name down right now. May you, or probably just send me an inbox message so that me and you can be talking, and then I can actually, yeah, because I have a lot of clients that will need your assistance, please.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, ma. God bless you. All right, let me go straight to my sister. Now I know I can hear you now. Hello.
Hello, Pastor. I'm calling from the UK.
All right. This is another UK person who down on your British accent. Now I go throughout lady right. So, hello, sister British. What up, bro?
Oh God. Yeah, I'm 100% completely for divorce. I have been a victim myself, and it's not nice.
Okay.
I was in a marriage for 6 years. My husband isolated me. He battered me. I was emotionally abused, financially abused, physically abused as well. But I've read so many comments and people saying your parents stop you. I actually thank God for my mother. She has been a rock, and she was actually the one that took me out of that marriage, and I can't thank her enough.
Wow.
I can't. I've put myself together, bettered myself. Everywhere I go today, I can tell you I matter. In my church, where I work, I run my own businesses. My children are happy, and I can tell you I'm a very, very happy, successful lady.
Amen. Thank you. God bless you. That's
Thank
beautiful.
you.
That's beautiful, man. And your face they shine like this, man.
Oh God.
It's to the glory of God. I'm telling you.
Yeah,
so many people don't understand.
God, and I just thank God, and it's always been there for me, and it would always be there.
That's it. Just keep on being yourself, my sister. God bless you. All right. Thank you. And I like your accent anyway. Your British accent, I can hear you properly. Some people I can't hear them when they talk to me like this. I'm like, you do? Oh, that's what you have me knocking about. All right, thank you. God bless you. All right, let me bring my brother Ola back online by the grace of God. Ola, what's up, man? What do you have to say now?
Good question for you. Actually, can you hear me?
All right, I can hear you.
Okay, question for you.
All right.
What is your take on, or what's your general take on? Because there's a gentleman earlier who said emotional and physical abuse is the same thing.
They're all the same thing. Abuse is abuse.
Right. So, but in terms of the practical aspect of it and how to handle it, obviously, if you're being physically assaulted at any level, it's just dangerous. There's no reason why anybody should argue with that one.
Yeah.
But there's all kind of nuances and definitions, and when it comes to emotional abuse. And if you're going to be in any kind of marriage, at some point when you guys, before you get to the point where you start feeling like you need growth, you will verbally abuse each other at some point until at least you grow beyond that, right?
Yeah.
So what was your take with regards to, I get it, ultimately it's the same thing, but in terms of how to, people that are going through that, how do you normally advise them when it comes to verbal and emotional abuse?
See, abuse is abuse. There is no difference when you talk about abuse. It's just like sin. Somebody is a lesbian, or somebody is gay, and somebody is a liar. The two of them, they are both sinners, and the two of them are going to go to hell. There is no big sin or small sin. There is no small abuse or big abuse. It's the same thing, and the two of them will affect you the same way. I always tell people this. You see, sometimes we don't get it. Africans, we are probably about 98% of we Nigerians, we abuse our wives. Yeah, we abuse our wives, either emotionally or verbally. Sometimes people do say, oh, I have not been physically abusive, all right? You don't punch your wife, you don't slap your wife, but you call her different names. You say, stupid idiot, is this what you're supposed to do? Get out of here. That's abuse. She's an adult. She got the right to do whatever she want to do. If she want to ask you for advice, she can ask you. If not, she can do whatever she want to do. If you want to actually help her out, you help her out in love. Some people emotionally also. A lot of people. Do you know a lot of Nigerian men do chat with women online? We talk to other women. That's an abuse. That's abuse right there.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
That's emotional cheating. That's emotional cheating right there. When you stay glued on another woman's page and you're chatting with the woman, talking from morning till night, when your wife is available there to talk to you, you are not talking to them. That's abuse right there. All right. So many of these our African people, we are actually abusers. Our mothers, do you know our mothers? Many of them died in abusive relationship. But it's because of the culture. Don't tell, don't talk. That didn't make them to be able to voice that. But now that we have a voice, women are talking right now. And you see, the problem is that men don't want to agree. You know, when we were in Africa, Africa is a place with law, but we are not enforcing the law. So men were on top. They were actually abusive, and they were enjoying the abuse, and the government was in support of it. But coming into America, America is a place where they don't tolerate abuse. So it's more or less like women's world. We believe it's women's world. So when you do anything to your wife here, the law will come and arrest you, lock you up in jail. And that's why a lot of men, African men, don't find it easy. They believe that, oh, women are misusing the power. They are not misusing the power. It's something that you are not supposed to do in the first place, that you've been doing and you were getting away with it before. But here in America, in Europe, in Canada, you can't get away with it.
I'm on the phone, babe.
You can't get away with it. If you can't get away with it. And that's why they are very uncomfortable right now, because the Western world support women because you can abuse them. So my advice normally is this. I always tell people, you see, there are times that you think your husband is normal. Many of our men that we have today, they have mental issues. And we might not know. Because somebody is wearing shirt or wearing tie, driving to work every morning and coming back home doesn't mean that it's mentally fit. Some of our men, they are depressed, they are not fit, they have mental issues. Right. You know, if you can slap your wife and still believe it's normal, that's a mental case.
Right.
If you can shout on your wife and say you are stupid, you are idiot, you are crazy, that's a mental issue. So also when you look at people and say, when you talk about depression is a mental case. You know that, right?
Right, absolutely.
They just call it depression. They're supposed to call it weary. Understand? Right. So they have this situation. So a lot of our men supposed to go for mental checkup. They're supposed to go for mental evaluation, because they will actually be able to know their state. Is something wrong with me? A lot of our men supposed to go for anger management. They do have anger issues. They inherited it from their parents, and that's the same thing they're actually going by with today. And women too have the same thing, not just only men. Women too have the same thing. It's just a pity that women are actually so weak that they might not be able to defend themselves when it comes to this issue. I saw a video like about 3 days ago of a man who was punching his wife, and their little baby was sitting next to that particular video.
Right.
Do you think a man that is in the right state of mind will do that?
So there's underlying issues.
Yes, underlying.
Right?
You might not notice it.
Yeah.
It's an African thing. It's actually there in our head. That's why we see. I don't know. Probably you've noticed a lot of time when you go out and you see the white men driving on the road and they drive slow. And then you African men, you are coming and say, and then like about 2 seconds down the road, you just hear quack, 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 and then they pull you over, they give you a ticket.
Yeah.
Do you know what will happen to that black man next time when he's coming? Do you know? He will now slow down. You now begin to look at it that, okay, what changed? They have pressed the reset button in his head.
They learned something new.
Yes, sir. His head wasn't thinking correctly before. The ticket pressed the reset button in his head. So I tell people, when your husband is misbehaving, don't pray. Because when you pray, he doesn't know God. He doesn't go to church. He doesn't read the Bible. Bible will work for him. Call 911. When you call 911, the guy will go to jail tonight. They will release him today, tomorrow. When he will get home, you will find out, say, Jumoke, I love you. You're fine. You are beautiful. It is because the law has taken control of his life. Nigerian men don't obey Bible. They obey the law. Right. That's why Idi Agbo succeed. It was a success during his time. Idi Agbo was a success in Nigeria during his time because he actually applied the law. Nigerian people don't keep the law. So my advice is, number one, do what is the righteous thing to do. Obey, respect your husband.
Right.
Don't disrespect your husband. Don't do whatsoever.
But even that one, we there was another episode that you had.
Yeah.
And we were, I think, we're all agreeing. At least those one that follow, we're all agreeing that respect is almost like a symptom. It's you can't force a person who is not feeling safe to respect you. It's just natural for them to be seeking for help when they don't feel safe in the situation, right?
Yeah.
So respect, I feel like it's a symptom of a leader. If there's an actual leader in the house, then respect will follow, right?
It's a man who needs respect. You do what commands or what attracts respect.
That will command respect.
That will command
it's
respect.
Not a woman that respects you first. It's you actually.
It's your attitude, your attitude, your character, your behavior, your way of relate. You see, the usual is when the Bible says, "Husband, love your wife."
Yeah.
You see, love will attract respect.
Absolutely.
All right. For men that are demanding for respect, they can never get it.
It means you're not. If you have to demand for it, it's wrong. It's already wrong. Something is wrong already.
No. Yeah. If you have to tell your wife that, do you know I'm demanding this house? Something's wrong.
Something is wrong, and you should, as a leader, relax and pay attention. But back to the original question, sir.
Yeah.
We all agree abuse is the same. That's why we call them abuse. It's a misuse of a privilege that God gave you.
Right? God gave you, yeah.
But physical abuse, we can see physically that you just touched this woman. She admitted, she told us, we will tell her, leave now. We will sort out the issue, but you need to leave first. But when somebody comes to you and say, Esther, I'm going through emotional issues, and she just comes at you like that, or verbal issue, you probably wouldn't just say leave. You would.
No, for real. You see, the issue is like my approach is this. If you sign up for a counseling session with me, you'll be expecting me to say, okay, let us go and take you through a divorce class. No, I don't do that. People do believe that when you come to Pastor Shola will just say, divorce the guy.
Jesus.
I don't say. You see, when you see me on social media saying that stuff, I say it because it's real. So when you now come to me and then you now sign up for a session with me, I will now say, can you give me a background? Then you now give me a background. I've been married for 12 years. I say, tell me what the guy is doing. Then I will now tell you something. Most of the time I'll tell you, say, Madam Shomope, all these things that you're talking about is happening everywhere. Do you mean you want to divorce this guy or you want us to fulfill all righteousness? They will now say, what do you mean fulfill all righteousness? Can I talk to him? Can we take him to a class? Can we mentor him? Can we see if we can do some other things? Probably it would change. Maybe he needs to be mentored. Maybe he needs to be spoken to. Say, well, he doesn't believe in pastors. Okay, when you are telling him, don't tell him I'm a pastor. Tell him you are speaking to Dr. Shola.
Yes.
And who is he? He's a marriage counselor and a coach. Then men will feel comfortable and say, okay, let me call him up. And when they call me up, I joke. I will say, bro, how are you doing now? Is everything all right? Is everything? So they now feel comfortable. They talk with me. And at the end of the day, I made them to see the point. What you're doing is wrong. What do you want to do? You see, I've noticed recently that men are the one calling me now. Women don't call me no more. Men are the one calling me now to tell me, Pastor, is it possible for you to help me call my wife? I've done something crazy and I'm not feeling good about it. The other day I listened to your show and I'm feeling guilty right now. And then they're the one paying me right now. Men are the one paying me now to talk to their wives.
That's awesome. That's actually good news.
So which is awesome.
Good news,
I don't just say because I know that this is actually, you see, you can commit a crime that will actually lead you to death. But we are not supposed to just say, okay, condemn him to death. We have to first of all now go and look at why did he do it, what made him to do it, in what condition did he do it. So at the end of the day, it might be the fault of the woman too.
Yes.
So we can now call the woman's attention and say, my dear sister, this is what you've done, this is what you've done. But for men, we don't always want to go straight to physical abuse.
Yes.
When there is situation in a family, when there is a situation, learn to hold your anger.
You said it earlier, sir. It's self-control, and it has to that should be sorted out. You can't just, if your brain thinks it's just normal to run into that place and touch and sort another person, much less a woman. It's just wrong.
And sometimes the women and sometimes the men, they make mistakes. You would think you can beat the woman up. She will beat yama to you.
I know, right?
I have witnessed it before. The woman beat up this man big time. I was there. I didn't separate them. I was so happy.
Yeah.
I was very happy the way the woman was actually beating the man. I was so happy. Everybody was like, Pastor Shah, ninja want money.
No, I just
everyone left. Y'all know that. Anyway, don't do that. Don't do that. Go for punch in there and you pa. Go lesson. Yeah. Oh no, you know. So, but you know, the issue is this. You see, we men, God gave us the physical strength. We can overpower the woman. But one thing that we don't understand is women, they have influence.
Yes.
They have influence.
Yes.
You would think you are winning, but you can't win a woman. There is no way
you can't win. And I want to leave with this. Some people are asking in the group that what about men that are abused? It's the same thing, you know.
Of course.
I mean, it's the same thing. I mean, it's just so common. So many women going through this kind of issues, and they are already afraid because, like you said too, they are also suppressed by society, which is what makes the woman attack another woman. That's society issues right there. So it's the same thing. If a woman like that actually happened to somebody I know, if a woman take Orogun and smack it at a man just because she's angry, you need to leave first. You need to leave.
That was what happened to that woman in Ibadan. The woman in Ibadan, the lawyer who killed her husband. Right. She stabbed her husband on the shoulder at night, and they took the man to the hospital. The man is not supposed to come back to that home. No. He's supposed to go to the hotel or go and sleep with a friend or wherever. Then the pastor said, go back and sleep with your wife. So he went home with his wife, and the wife cut off his neck in the night.
Look at that.
All right. So you know, when you see abuse, you run. That's what the Bible says. When you see the appearance of evil, he said, run, take off. Yeah, flee. Don't sit around it. Run away from that. Right. All right. So, and then we can leave and then wake up tomorrow and be able to attend to the situation. Not that we're going to land in casket. All right. For you to be alive, you run. That's why the English people say, he who lives to run away will live to fight again tomorrow. Yes. If you don't run away, you can die there today and you can't fight again tomorrow. So we need to learn that men are going through abuse, but it's just the ego that won't let them talk. Ego won't make them to talk. And I want to encourage men. It's time to talk. Yes. It's no weakness. There is no weakness in you talking about you are being abused in a home. Some people are being abused because the woman has got the power of the green card. Yes. Some people are being abused because the woman has got the money. The power of the money. Some people are being abused because the woman has got the power of the law. Understand? And they are there in the relationship. They need to speak out also, so that we can actually see what to do about their case. But you know, it's just not right for you to see a macho man crying. How can you be crying as a macho man? We believe you are the man. You're supposed to be able to hold it down.
Nothing good can come out of that too.
Yeah, but see, a macho man should be able to cry. You know, you cry.
No,
and
I
let
mean,
people know.
it depends on why you're crying, sir. You know, like a lot of the comments of men in your it's a man crying. That kind of crying.
No, that crying is stupid crying. It's a stupid crying. It's stupid crying. And that will not bring forth any result. And you know what funny thing about me is that it's very difficult for you to overpower me.
Are you telling me, sir?
I have my facts. I've seen it all. I've listened to a lot of men. You know, I've counseled over 5,000 people in my life. Well, I'm not lying about it. Like almost every day I counsel people. So I listened to men. I was like, huh? Why is he talking like this?
You now say no wonder.
Yeah. You see, so if men can actually come down and actually knock ego down and be able to let their wife know what they're going through, a lot of men are not making money. They are not. No, they're not making money. Yeah. So the wife is making money, and then they are not happy about it because you know the reverse role, as in like, okay, she's the one making the money, I'm not making the money. They are not happy. So because they are not happy right now, they become abusive.
Yeah, it creates a dynamics between them that's just against the natural essence.
Yes.
Of at least how we were all raised, that a man is supposed to provide.
Yeah, but we are always forgetting one thing.
Yes.
See,
so it's still a man that's supposed to lead in how
it depends on how you relate with the woman.
Yeah.
If you relate with the woman as a partner, that money is your money.
Same now, same thing.
Yeah. The woman will submit the money. But if you are naturally being arrogant,
yes, or you're questioning her, or your energy is already acting like you're defensive because you think she's making money.
That's where the problem is going to come out. Women are not stupid. They are created to love somebody. They have love within them. They want to love you. They want to respect you. They want to submit to you. But you have to give them a reason to do so. And women can submit to a man, and if the man now, end up abuse the privilege, they will withdraw it from that person. They will. Okay. Women can be very mean. They can be very mean. You can actually create a monster. You can create a monster, in them.
Yes,
okay,
absolutely.
you can.
Yeah.
You can be insult. You can insult a woman for 20 years. She might not talk, but she's keeping it somewhere. One day your cup will be filled up, and then she will explode, and you will have forgotten that you are the one putting it into it. Mm-hmm. So that's why men supposed to know that wives they are like computers, garbage in, garbage out. What you put into her is what she's going to give back to you. When you respect your wife, she'll respect you back. Yes. When you love your wife, she'll love you back. Yeah. When you submit, that's what the Bible says, submit to one another. When you submit to your wife, she'll submit to you. Understand?
So you should be leading it.
You are the leader. Yeah.
You don't wait for her. You say she did this too. No. You lead and you have to.
You are getting the right. Ola, you are getting it correctly, my brother. Yeah. You are. If you are no longer want to be a leader, go and resign. Resign from being a leader. But don't call yourself a leader and you don't want to lead by example. You are supposed to be a visionary leader. You're supposed to be a servant leader. You're supposed to lead by example.
Yes.
You're supposed to lead by example. Absolutely. So you as a man supposed to lead. And so when you're leading, that's when the woman will now follow suit and then keep going.
Yeah, if you're patient enough, it's just a matter of time. If you're patient enough, because she's not mad, she's not crazy too. If you're patient enough, the only exception to this is Orogun. If a woman is smacking with something, don't wait there until. But as far as relating with each other, I think people that patience part is very, very hard for lots of people. Yes, sir. I'm the same Ola, by the way, sir, from we were texting back and forth, lolanola.com. Just so you know. Man.
Yes, all right. God bless you. Yes, thank you very much. God bless you, man. Yes. All right. Now, somebody's asking a question here that we have not talked about. We have not addressed the financial abuse. All right. It's true. In some homes, they are having financial difficulties, financial problems. Sometimes, nowadays, women make more money than men. It's easy for women to get jobs. Women are more educated these days. Women are doing what is right. They're actually aiming for the stars. And they're making money. Sometimes the men get jealous. And I don't really think you should be jealous of your wife's prosperity. You don't want to be jealous of your wife's prosperity in any way. Your wife's supposed to be you. You are supposed to be your wife. So you guys are supposed to be one flesh and do things in common, do things together. So the moment a husband is actually jealous of the wife's prosperity, then, that relationship cannot work. I always want people to do joint accounts, but like I've been saying all this while, everybody cannot do joint account. It depends on your relationship. If your relationship warrants that, good. If it's not, no. Just do whatever will actually make your relationship be better. All right? Joint account will be good if the man is understanding, the woman is understanding. And we come together to put money together. We have savings account for vacation, savings account for project, savings account for college funds, savings account for all that. But in the aspect whereby the man is drinking his money away and wasting money, wasting everything, and the woman is actually looking at the future like, okay, my children are going to suffer in the future if I actually have joint accounts with this guy. It's better for the woman to have separate accounts. So the only thing the woman is going to do is just to now say, okay, honey, I'll be giving you $200 every month towards this, or I'll give you $1,000 from my salary. And then you do that. Because at the end of the day, the men may not even think about the future. They must squander the money right now, and later down the road, then you guys are going to start suffering. I want to quickly talk about life insurance for men. Life insurance, African men, not just Nigerian men, for African men. Life insurance is very, very important. It's something that you guys need to go and look into. Life insurance. Look into life insurance to make your life more better. When you actually buy life insurance, it's going to help in a lot of ways. It's going to help you guys when we're talking about funeral insurance, because it's together. Life insurance is combined with funeral insurance. When you die, they will actually bury you without any trouble. All right, and then your wife will not suffer. Your children will not suffer also. There will be over 500,000, $1 million inside of that account that they can use to be able to take care of themselves, pay the mortgage off, pay the credit card off, at the same time pay student loans off. And then it will remove a lot of burden from the neck of whosoever is behind. You might be the one to be left behind, your wife will be the one. Whosoever is behind will actually be able to enjoy without any kind of stress or any kind of pressure. How much is life insurance? It doesn't cost that much. It doesn't cost that much. The amount of money you spend drinking, the amount of money you spend on your girlfriend, the amount of money you spend sending to Africa, probably like $120, like $30, $40, depends on your credit. All right, you can actually buy life insurance. If you want to buy life insurance that will actually give your wife $3 million, you can buy that. You can buy one that will give her $500,000. You can buy one that will give her $1 million. Okay, if you don't already have one at the place of work, if they give you one at your place of work, good. If not, then you buy one for yourself and just pay $150, $120 a month, $30, $40. There are some that are $15 a month that you can buy and pay for. All right, and then you can take care of the future of your children and that of your wife and that of yourself. And at the end of stuff, even by the time you become 60, 70, and you're still alive, your children will not need the life insurance anymore. You can sell it, sell the life insurance, get your money out, and you and your wife can actually travel the world. And travel all over the world and see places before you die. All right? I think it's better for you to see places. It's better for you to enjoy yourself. It's more or less like a savings too. All right? That will help you when you are old or when you are dead. That will help whosoever you are leaving behind. It's very, very important. We will not just be raising money because you are dead. We won't be, putting burden upon people because you're dead and be looking for $50, $10 here to bury you. You're a disgrace. You'll be a disgrace to humanity, a disgrace to manhood, a disgrace to Africa. If you die and we start raising money, life insurance is supposed to kick in, and it's supposed to come there. They're supposed to come there and come over to help you to bury you and to take care of the business that you're about to leave behind. They're supposed to. They will come and do that. All right? They will come and do that. All right? So we need to do that. Husband and wife, join hands together and buy life insurance. Give your wife 100%. Give your husband 100%. Give your children 50%. Spread it out among your kids. When you die, they will receive all these things and stuff. It's very, very good. Very, very good. And I want to quickly, finally, before I go, I want to encourage our African people. I want you guys to go for counseling. Go for counseling. Go and do mental evaluation. All right? Go and do mental evaluation. All right? Go and test your ability. Go for counseling. You need to go and do a kind of a checkup like once in a year, even concerning your marriage. Know where your marriage is, know where you're going with your marriage. Always have time to do evaluation. Have time to think through. Have time to look back and say, what have we been able to achieve? Where are we going? There is no relationship that must be without a purpose. There must be no relationship that must be without a purpose. You must have a purpose. Why are you in this relationship? Why am I married to you? Why am I with you this time? You must have a reason why you are with that person, what you want to achieve in that relationship. Always do check up. Go and check your brain. Is it working correctly or not? Go and check your level of stress, your stress level. Check it. All right? Go to a therapist. Let them help you. Go for anger management. Let them help you. Go for stress management. Let them help you. If you are addicted to anything, go and show yourself to a therapist. All right? If you are addicted to anything, work on yourself. It's about working on yourself. Work on yourself. And for you women, it's time for you to call. It's time to make that phone call. You are in an abusive relationship. Don't wait until things will be destroyed. Don't wait until there will be no more way of creating a remedy. Don't wait until there will be no hope. It is now that you have to talk. You people that are afraid of what your husband will do, Pastor, don't tell him. Don't tell him. It's time for you to say, go and kiss transformer. What you want to do is what you do. Do whatever you want to do. I don't care. I don't care. All right? take your medicine as prescribed. Thank you, Idowu. Ẹ máa mọ oògùn yín, ẹ̀yin tẹ́ ẹ ní orí yín ti yí sẹ́yìn. Torí ẹ ti yí tó yẹ pé gbogbo orí ẹ mẹ́ta abẹ́ kọjá ti eléyìí tó wà lórí àwọn èrè tó wà lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ títì wọ́n kàn wèrè aláṣọ ní. Wọ́n fẹ́ kó máa lo oògùn ẹ on time. Use your medication on time. Oh my. Use your medication on time and let everything be right, and you will continue to enjoy yourself in Jesus' name. So thank you very much, everybody, for listening. Have a beautiful day. I'll see you guys later tomorrow by the grace of God. Love you.
Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́, ìbà fọ́jú ọ̀run gbà, ìbà Elédùmarè. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́, ìbà fọ́jú ọ̀run gbà, ìbà Elédùmarè. Bàbá Jésù, Ọlọ́run ẹ̀mí mímọ́.
Kábíyèsí ẹni tó dá ayé, ẹni tó dá ọ̀run, ayérayé Elédùmarè o, alágbára nínú àwọn ọ̀run, ọba tó ní kó wá ìyẹn wá, ọba tó ní kó lọ ìyẹn á lọ, arúgbó ọjọ́ Elédùmarè o.